Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and we are back in 2025. Who could believe it? Who'd have thunk it when we started this show back in, I don't know, 2020, something like that? Has it been nearly 5 years? This is insane. Insanity, I tell you. But we are here on another Friday night, continuing our tradition of bringing you drunken awesomeness from the Stoop. I don't know what I was doing, but as the intro was going on, I cracked open my beer. That is new thing we're doing in 2025 as we start drinking before the show. But cheers, John.
I'm just drinking water. Happy New Year.
New year, new John.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are in 2025, and there is only one team in the Premier League who has been able to win a game this entire year. It's insane. Only one team. And it is this terrible internet, which is winning the game. I'm not sure if you can see me, John, but I see myself all messed up.
I thought I might have slipped some acid in my water or something.
Yeah, I'm like, what the
hell is going on with you?
I am not sure.
Good luck with that, Paisan.
But you can hear me okay, I guess? Okay, so, well, that we're going to watch the show like this. Since I started drinking, I guess my computer started drinking as well. So, Arsenal, the only team to win a match this year in the Premier League. It is an incredible feat, except that nobody else has played. So, yeah, this is awesome. So let's go ahead and bring on our my lovely co-host here, and hopefully his internet connection is better. Let's bring on Mark.
Hey everybody. It's like watching paint by the numbers come to life. You know?
This is like
or like a Matisse painting, and yeah, you're gonna reach through and kind of pull me into the what was it on Stranger Things? I only watched it once.
Don't quote it if you don't know it.
You know, the other side, or the under whatever, under the covers, because they are all high school kids or junior high kids. I like I said, I don't watch the fucking show. Well, congratulations, a very convincing win to start off the 2025 season. What took you guys so long to score 3 goals against Brentford?
I don't know. I don't know. We had a little chat about this earlier today, and I get so frustrated with Arsenal because it seems like you play a whole half of shitty football, and then the second half at halftime, it's like, hey, why don't you guys just go play, just go run and pass the ball and go for a goal? And they're like, oh yeah, that's a brilliant idea, coach. And then they go out and they just play and they go for it, and you're like, oh yeah, we are better than them. we should be able to just score, and boom, boom, score 2 goals. You get to relax the rest of the match. So yeah, I don't know why they don't play that way the whole time. They should
it was almost as if Arteta brought them in and held up his phone with MGM bets or FanDuel and said, listen guys, I got a plus 3.5 on this match, so we need to pick up and score some goals, all right? Because I got $100 on this one, you know. Because they came out, they were a completely different team, and if I recall, they didn't make any substitutions at the half.
Nope. Yeah, no.
It was just like, you know what, this will work. We just gotta stick to it. Or y'all gotta I don't know. I saw a lot of very lackadaisical play, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about Arsenal because you guys.
Mark, hold on. Just to end that, because what you said is so right. And you know what? I was watching the IT Crowd. It's a show I love, and I just throw on every now and then. And it Arsenal sponsored by Atari. Yes, very good to see you, Jimmy Bremer's Ghost. I forgot to say hi to everybody. I will in just a second, but I was watching the IT crowd when they learn to talk like men, and the thing that the computer teaches them to say is, "You see that ludicrous display last night? What was Wenger thinking bringing Walcott on that early? That's
I saw that.
Arsenal." And then they say this line, which is so true. He goes, "The thing about Arsenal is they always try to walk it in." And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like it's still true. That was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago that came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem with Arsenal, they always try to walk it in, and then you're like, "Hey, just go play." They're like, "Oh, we can do that?" Yeah, just go fucking play. So anyway, let's get to all of our guests here, or not our guests, but our people in the comments section to say hi to everybody. It looks like Valentina won today. Valentina got the number one comment, the first comment on there. Very good to see you, Valentina, out in Romania. Director John says Valentina kidnapped Anders, but there is Anders shortly after at 11:26 a.m. It's because I posted it a lot earlier than usual. John LUFC Garside, good to see you. McManus Gaming, good to see you. He wants a Stone Cold Steve Austin impression from Tom, I'm assuming.
I would assume too, because I don't think I think I lost interest in wrestling.
Me too.
Like
me too.
During that
time
period, I missed out on the Stone Cold and the Undertaker and.
We'll see. I had the Undertaker I was in the thick of it, but by the time Stone Cold came around, I was like, I wasn't interested anymore. Deborah the Zebra, very good to see you as well. We will be talking a little bit about the Wolves shortly. Mr. Tom as well, very good to see you. Anders, a member for 44 months. Mark, we've been doing this. We've been monetized for 44 months. That's insane.
Yeah, it's been an amazing. Couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, like I tell you, I still to this day I keep rubbing those two pennies together. I'm hoping it.
When you say monetized, what do you mean by
monetized? That? It doesn't mean money's coming in. It means we can make money. There is a possibility to make money.
It's when you have the money, the dollar bill bow tie, and that means you're monetized.
We got Ann here too as well. Rosie, very good to see you, Rosie. Led Zepp 33-1. Van Gogh painting. Yes, I don't know. My computer is still keeping this up. Once I bring everybody on, I'll reboot my system, but and hopefully that works. But yeah, ludicrous display last night. Always try to walk it in. It's officially Groundhog Day. Yes, Mr. Tom, I felt like I've said that before. Matt James, good to see you. Scooby D2 as well. I think we got everybody. If we missed you, keep commenting and we'll pop you in there. So Mark, Mark and Deborah, I should say. What do you think about this?
Wow, well, my first impression when I see this is that your Photoshop skills have gotten excellent.
That's not me. That's not me. That's not me.
No, you should totally take credit.
No. I could probably.
I don't see this. I don't see this happening because you guys would have to throw a lot of money at us. Unless like the ownership is just like, fuck it, we don't care. Because if we sell him, we will go down. I don't care. Like we could get, I don't even know who would we get that would just instantly improve our team. If we got Mo Salah, maybe we could survive losing Cunha to Arsenal.
Not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed, and it's certainly not guaranteed with Cunha. I mean, he is certainly consistently our best player. He did it. I mean, what's the significance of his injury? Is it just a knock, or does he have like a sprained knee? Is that going to cause him issue?
Who are you talking about?
Cunha. He came off at halftime during the Spurs match.
They were
word
just
had it is that he's got a bit of a knee injury,
Well, he's got a couple weeks to fix
and
that.
he's got two games to overcome it and to hopefully be out on the pitch when we get Arsenal in. I think it's like 3 weeks or something like that. But also, where you have seen the lovely Photoshop, I have been seeing some news coming out of Molyneux that Cunha is going to get a contract extension, and that would end up, if anything, pushing the price tag up a little higher should he sign that. I don't know, but what do you? I mean, we bought him for. And maybe Deborah, you can back me up on this, but we bought Cunha for 35, 40, somewhere in that range. The way he plays for us, I would say 80, 90, 100. Is he worth 100? Anyone out there in the comments, is Matheus Cunha worth doing what he's been doing? Is he worth 100 million?
I wouldn't say 100 million. Maybe in January. And Arsenal won't pay that. I would say right now he's a good 70 million. 70 million would be worth it if he continues this year the way that he's been playing. If he plays out this entire year like that and doesn't have another mental outburst, meltdown, I think he could go. He should be going for Kai Havertz money, wouldn't you say? Like,
well,
I mean,
Kai
come on,
Havertz
Kai Havertz
was like what,
55? He was like 60 in the song we
55, 60?
60 million down the drain.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he's worth. I know it's worth to us. And I think, you and I could certainly agree on this one, is that if, where Cunha is now at Wolverhampton, he's the star. He's now the best-selling jersey. He's the best this. He's the best that. And he goes over to Arsenal, and he's just going to possibly be a star. And he's not going to be a bigger star than Saka. He's not going to be a bigger star.
You don't know, Saka, if he came over and just fucking lit it up, and Saka was given time to recover. Saka was in surgery. This is not a knock or something. Saka
no. This is significant.
So he's hurt. It's significant. And Cunha could bench Sterling easily. Cunha could bench Martinelli and give Trossard a run.
Cunha would definitely bench Martinelli.
But here's the thing, and Mr. Tom brings up the best point right here, and we'll bring him out shortly. But you ain't getting 100 million when he'll be barely worth 30 if you're in the championship in half a year. So that is the risk that Wolverhampton run. That is the risk.
I definitely agree with that. But if someone in Europe would outbid 30. So then a bidding war comes out, at the summertime. It's just like, well, Arsenal has only offered us 30. We think he's worth more than that. Any takers, 32, 35. It's not this huge price tag to start,
He's 25, Scooby. I think they paid 35 million for him, and right now
I think Deborah had confirmed that it was like 40, 45. I think she said 44 somewhere in the chat, and that sounds right to me. I just didn't want to overestimate or overguesstimate, as a former president here had once said.
44 million pounds.
Yeah. So I mean,
Wolves signed for 44 million. Yeah. And
I would think that
currently he's his worth is 50 million right now. So that's why I'm saying 70 million is not far off at all. 50 million, you get your money back for him and a little bit more. But
we need better than that, because that's basically what happened with
you get relegated, you're getting 50. All right. I'm tired of looking at my pixelated self. I'm sure you guys are as well. So I want to bring on an Arsenal fan real quick, a friend of the show, a newcomer on the show. He's been on once before, I believe. But let's bring on Anthony the Gunna. What's up, my man? How are you?
Not too bad, lads. Not too bad. Thanks for letting me come on the show tonight. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
Thank
What are
you
your
for
thoughts?
joining
What are your
us.
thoughts on Cunha to Arsenal? Do you think it'll happen? What do you think he's worth? Is it the right move?
do you know what? He is a good player. I'm not gonna lie. Is he a player that can score Arsenal 20 goals in the league? That's the main question.
We
You
don't need
know, but in all fairness, I listen. I'm up for it. I'm up for it. I think anything is better than what we've already got. Obviously with Jesus and Havertz, they're not doing that great. But listen, it's funny. I've started the transfer window, and Jesus is starting to score goals. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to be maybe another thing that Mikel Arteta is going to look at, like, and say, "Or do we really need to sign a striker if Jesus is going to start scoring goals now?" So is going to be one of those things, really. But I think after the window closes, I think Jesus will start deteriorating in his goals, and we'll be back to
Yeah,
square one, saying we need another striker. So I think that'll be happening. There's loads of people on the cards. There's loads of rumours going around. With Isaac with Newcastle. I tell you what, Arsenal fans, that's not happening. They're not
it's
going to
not
get rid of
happening.
their best player halfway through the season. They're not.
Didn't
So
You know what the best argument
Newcastle
I
put-
heard?
what's that?
Sorry, the stupidest best argument on Twitter that I read was why would we take Isak from Newcastle when we need Newcastle to beat Liverpool? And I was like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
I
fuck?
also
Exactly.
thought
If
the
if
asking
they beat,
price with
wait,
I'm sorry, go
what?
ahead. I thought you were
No,
finished.
it's just stupid.
I heard the asking price for Isak is over 100 million.
Yeah, he's right
and
about
that's
150
to
mil.
deter Arsenal from making a real bid for him, because Isak has been linked to Arsenal for quite some time.
Well, he has been, yeah. I mean, in all fairness, we got Newcastle Tuesday night coming up in the cup, in the Carabao Cup. So but he's not gonna leave anytime soon.
You know what?
Isaac.
You know what? Speaking of which, Anthony, if we truly are the masters of the dark arts,
Yeah.
I think the day before the Carabao Cup semifinal, we put in a bid for Isak that we're not going to pay, that we're not like, just, we put in like if they're asking 100 million, we put in a 98 million pound bid just to
And one
fuck with
penny.
their heads. Just, yeah, and 1 penny, just to fuck with their locker room. Like, if you're talking dark arts, let's do the fucking dark arts.
Yeah.
know?
Why not? Why not?
Or just put it out in the news that, like, Arsenal are planning immediately after the Carabao Cup to offer Isak 120 million pounds, or Newcastle 120 million pounds for Isak. I mean, if we're the masters of the dark arts, let's fuck with them,
Hey, can we get rid of all of this Arsenal talk now so I can bring somebody else in?
Gary's itching right now. All right, John, you're the director, my friend.
All right, John. Bye-bye.
And just bring everybody in.
Can't wait for that
I
guy.
think
to
Gary.
John's tree is still on a wonk. He's still on a wonk.
Yeah. What?
John's tree.
John's tree? Yeah.
He's on a wonk. He's on a. If you look behind him, his Christmas tree it was leaning that side. Now it was leaning the other side. I've noticed that.
Because you
gotta
know
spin it
what?
around.
Well,
I did try to change it, but it's in two pieces. So screw you, Anthony. I'm blocking you.
So it's kind of like Igor in Young Frankenstein's. It's his hump.
Right. It moves.
Your hump, but to me, I'm not. What hump? I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So, Gary, what are
Yes,
your
sir.
thoughts on this Cunha Arsenal talk right
All right,
here?
so hello, Lolo, Mark Anthony.
Oh,
everybody in the
hello
chat.
as well.
Man.
Hello,
Mark
hello,
Anthony.
everyone.
yeah, guys.
Oh, Mark Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah, Mark Anthony.
Cunha, huh?
I'm gonna while you're talking, I'm going to try and refresh my
All right.
thing.
Yeah,
So
no,
Gary, just to bring you up to speed, we're talking about the latest Arsenal rumor about Cunha coming to Arsenal in the winter break. Also, rumor of Wolverhampton trying to sign him to an extension to maybe make it a little kind of force Arsenal to sweeten the pot if that's what they want. Would you want him, and what is he worth?
I would want him. Yes. I say Happy New Year to you, Deborah the Zebra, and this is Britney Spears headset. I guess is that Bremer's Ghost. I don't know, but yes. Who the hell is Gary Howell? I don't know who Gary is anyway. So, Mr. Tom, I'll look for him next time. But yes, we definitely could. He could definitely play for us, and I believe he not only could play striker but can play out wide a little bit. I think as well. So, I mean, we need versatile, and I think he can do that for us. So, I think I saw that 45 mil is what you guys paid for him, and you would expect more from him based on the fact that he's top 10 in the league or top 5 in the league in scoring. I mean, I don't know what if you're looking for a CV, that's kind of what you want, right? So you're gonna have to pay a little bit for that one. So depending on if Isak is actually somebody they think they can afford to get, I would rather if I had a choice, I would rather pay the 150 and get Isak in January. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds like a crazy amount, but if I paid 100 for Rice and I know I can get an Isak for 150, I don't think that's that much. It's a little bit more because it's January, so you're going to pay a little bit more. But he's the best striker available in the league right now, right?
Yeah.
If he's even available.
Is that going to be a budget breaker for Arsenal? It's like 150. That's it, man.
They wanted to pay so much for Mudryk a year ago, right? And Mudryk is nowhere near Isak in terms of what you're going to expect from him and what you're going to get from him. So I don't know. If that's what the number is, that's what the number is. If Isak is not, if he's out of your price range, then Kuna is easily achievable. Then, all right. Yeah. You're not going to get much better, I think, right now than him. Everybody else has question marks. Gyökeres, he's not been in the league, so we don't know. Sesko, I don't think is even ready to come to a big team like Arsenal, and Osimhen, they don't seem to want to bring him over, which I think is,
Listen. Why? When will you goddamn Arsenal fans come to understand that Mikel Arteta, you all are in the market for a 20-goal, 50-goal striker. Arteta is not in the market for that. Arteta wants everybody scoring goals. I was telling Mark earlier, Arteta has been creating a team that will not fail because one major player gets injured, either in the front or in the back. He wants everyone, all of our back line, our center backs. They can all play left back, right back, carrots.
I thought that was just for me. What is going on? Why are you sharing the carrots around? I'm a little disappointed in you, John. You're like, that was supposed to be my thing. All of a sudden now you're giving it to everybody. Everybody gets a carrot. You get a carrot. You get a carrot. You get a carrot.
80 minutes of Arsenal talk. You know what I mean? It's just driving me nuts.
Do you hear what I'm saying, though? Arteta, the striker that we get will have to be somebody that plays our style. If we even get that striker, because you see what happened to City, where everybody was involved in everything they did, and they got Haaland. And when Haaland is scoring goals, they're incredible. But if Haaland goes on a cool streak, he doesn't track back. He doesn't, he's such a striker that he's not doing all the other things that Arteta requests from his players. That's why I see us signing a winger before we sign a striker. You may not like it. I'm just telling you the way it is.
Yeah,
I get that. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
Sorry, yeah, I get it. But in all fairness, I mean, it is nice to have a striker that can score 20 goals. I mean, look, we got Saka.
It's nice to have a Lamborghini too, but
I know. But trouble is, though, I mean, without Saka being there, where's our goals really going to come from? I mean, there's rumors that Sterling.
What are you talking about? We have like the second highest amount of goals scored, second or third. Like we're up there in goals scored. If you look at the top goal scorers in the Premier League, you can click for 5 pages and you'll find 2 of them. You'll find Kai Havertz with 7. Wow. And Saka with 5. Saka's only scored 5. When people are saying where the goals coming from, Saka doesn't score those goals. He
I
scored
know
5.
but in all fairness, Havertz, he's on a goal drag at the minute. You know, it's only just because Jesus had just picked up scoring. Obviously, he scored 5 goals against Crystal Palace. You
Havertz
know, 1
scores
goal
every
against Brentford.
game.
But
He scores
is-
every
is-
other game. Havertz.
yeah, but it's like what I said. It's nice to get more goals. Martinelli. I mean, obviously, in my opinion, he's been poor. You know, he's had a poor
Yeah.
18 months at Arsenal.
So
You know,
where have
look
all
at
these goals come from? John, you have the list up here somewhere. Goals for 38 goals. We've scored 38 goals. We're tied for the 3rd
We've
most.
lost. You know, we're losing
Where
games
did
because
these
we don't
goals
score
come
enough.
from then?
We're losing games because we don't score enough because we're not clinical. We've been shut out in games, right? How is
Yeah.
that? If you're
Yeah.
talking about we're so well rounded, reason why is because we're depending on people that aren't clinical, right?
Now that's more of a tactical thing to me, because if you had Erling Haaland just standing there in the box, those games where we don't score, it's because we're in such a low block against us and we've lost creativity. And your striker, your big number, 100 million pound striker, is just standing there in the middle with nothing to do.
Yeah. No, who on our team?
No, we don't have them. I'm just saying, in a super low block like that.
Yeah, we had a big, strong striker. Guess what? When we put those crosses in there, guess who's going to be clearing out space and getting on the end of these balls, holding up defenders when they're on like that Newcastle game. That Newcastle game, any kind of a strong striker would have held up good on that back line of Newcastle with space and be able to make that turn and score. But Havertz is not that guy. That he's not that guy. That it was apparent in that game. All right, it was apparent in that game, and I was disappointed because if he just attacked the ball, we'd be all right. But I think we need to go out. I hear what you're saying, and I agree that Arteta does not want to wants people that are well rounded in all of this. All right. If that's the case, if you're looking at a Saka and you go, I need to put that on the other side, then why is Martinelli here? Why is Trossard here? Because they're not going to do that. They're not at that level, right? I'd rather have spent the money that you could have sold Martinelli for and Trossard for and get me another player similar to Saka if that's the case, based on what you're saying. But they don't do that. They don't do that, right? Right? Is Jesus can go a whole year and we're like he was done after he came back from World Cup, right? Has not come back yet until just recent, like this last week, right? And we didn't.
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. Everybody's like,
he's got the least amount of money on our attackers. Why?
He's got those in 3 games. Like,
yeah. So it's not really.
Not like he's back.
It's not a. Yeah, we don't even know how this is going to play out. But for me, when you spend no money, like I think Arteta he's defensively sound. Most players that he's put on the defense, it doesn't matter who they are, have performed, right? Or if they're out of place, he sold them. On the attacking side, what does he do? Oh, you can't score, you can't shoot, you can't do this. I'm going to hold on to you. Yeah, you go. I got the carrots. Yeah. But so for me, this is yes, it's an Arteta thing. But dude, if you're as ruthless on the back with your defenders as you are with your attackers, we should be so much better. Why can't they do the same thing? I don't understand why there's rules for the back line, but there's no rules for the front line in terms of how we do our recruitment. Makes no sense to me.
No, you got a good point. And listen, I understand that. I understand the want and the need for a full-on striker. I'm just saying, seeing Arteta over the past 5 years, what he's building, I don't think he gives a shit what the fans are talking about. Like, oh, we're in 100 million for Isak. He's probably like, no, we're not.
But Sesko's not the answer, and that was our only option in the summer.
Did we
How
put
in
a
the
bid out?
world?
Did we put
How
a
in the
bid
world
for
is
him?
Sesko your only option as
Did
an
we
attacker?
put a bid?
When you're looking at your front line, going, I've got Saka there. I don't know who I have as a center forward,
Did
and
we bid for
my
him,
left
Gary?
wings, I don't get it. All right.
Did we bid for him?
My understanding is we were definitely looking at him. That was the only
Did we
option
bid
we had.
for him?
I don't
Did
know.
we put in a bid?
I don't know.
Then no, we fucking weren't.
Who said? Did they
No, we
say
didn't
that?
put
Did
in a
they
bid
say
for
that we didn't
Sesko.
bid? They said
We,
we
no,
didn't
we
bid
were
on him?
looking at him, but we didn't put in
Yeah.
a bid.
So
Yeah,
so
we
we
didn't
didn't
put
even.
the
So
bid.
in that case, it's even worse. So we didn't even bother trying to fix our attacking line.
Yeah.
Guess why we've lost all the games that when we needed them, right? In the last 2 seasons, when we needed to make that, when the last 3 seasons actually, when we needed to make that jump into the top floor, when we needed to make that jump and finish off top of the table. Every time, what was it? We couldn't score a lick for us, right? You know, when we were trying to go for that top 4, and we had those 3 games in a row where we couldn't do crap in, and we got beat by, was it Bournemouth or Sheffield United, whoever it was, at home or whatever it was, right? Their defenders scored. We didn't score anything. That's when I'm looking at it going, hello, it's right there in your face. We go the next 2 seasons not fixing it at all. We're in the 3rd season now, and Nweri seems to, for me, might be the answer because we're not going out and getting one, and we don't want to use him either, right? We need goals in all. Since when Erdogan was out, we needed goals. We needed a player to come in that, okay, just put your blinders on, get me a goal, put a shot on goal, because we're not doing a good job doing that. Nope, we don't play him. Makes no sense, right?
Well,
And it can't be because he doesn't defend.
It's
Guess what? We got the best defense as it is. So why does it matter if if you're losing 1-0, right, and you try to score and you lose 2-0, there's no difference because you at least you tried. But when you don't try and you still lose, right, you just sit back and go, you know what? I don't. Maybe we'll get a goal if they make a mistake. No, you got to force it sometimes, right?
but Mikel Arteta did say this window is going to be a very quiet window for us Arsenal fans. He said that this morning in his press conference.
Yeah.
And he said there's no point bringing in a player, he said, if they're not going to collaborate with the rest of the team. He said if this player doesn't score goals, and he said then we're back to square one. And he did say that. But in all fairness, he did say if I got a choice of that and leaving the squad how it is and trying to win the league with the players that I've got, he said he'd rather do that. I mean, I think it was only the other day he called Fabio Vieira back from Ling. So from Porto. So we've got him back now. I know it doesn't really make a blind bit of difference, but his all worries now is with Saka being out. He's not going to be back now until around about the end of March, beginning of April. So they're saying. So the reinforcements, whether it's calling players back from Ling or trying to bring some of the youth players up into the first team, just so we've got something there, obviously to play with, so they can get to the team can gel as quick as possible. Yeah, this is what Mikel Arteta is saying now. So it's typical Arsenal. We've never really spent big in the January transfer window. Our last player that we spent really big was Aubameyang in the January. That's the best January transfer window we ever had. In all fairness.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm getting a lot of death threats on my text chain. If we continue talking about Arsenal while we have 2 Leeds United fans waiting in the wings.
Who are Leeds?
And meanwhile, our Wolverhampton fan is just like, God damn it! Why am I here right now? Just remember, everybody, this is happy hour, so feel free to cut each other off and talk more shit. I feel like us Arsenal fans got real serious there for a minute there. But yeah, if you feel like I was cutting you off, that's because that's the way the show works. So cut us off if you want to talk, especially once these 2 bastards join the show. David, I think you're on mute. Mr. Tom,
crap.
Good to see you.
Oh, damn.
Finger the Duck as well. Good to see you. And, is that Cyril? Yeah.
No, that's the Leeds nut.
Oh, Leeds nut.
How are we doing, guys?
Before we move on, I got just a quick question. Was it Gabriel Jesus a winter signing?
No, he came in.
No, he
summer.
came
or was that Sterling?
Sterling came in the summer as well, late summer.
Yes, Sterling
They
was like a
both were-
last
They were
minute
both
in the
late
summer.
summer,
guys
so they
got
didn't really. They
somebody
weren't
in
ready.
the
Hey,
winter.
you want to come on? We
Trossard.
all love Leeds.
Trossard
You wanna
came
come
in the
on,
winter.
we love Leeds.
Trossard,
Well, we'll
yeah.
leave the Arsenal fucks to go for it.
Hey, that's
um,
nice language
hey,
there, little man.
well, for
Yeah,
you
Welcome
Leeds
to the
United
show,
fans,
guys.
Leeds United fans, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you had to sit through all that Arsenal talk. So to
No, you're
kick off your segment, I'm going to do you guys a little favor, and we're going to take a look at a Man United tweet. I know you guys love all that. So Mark Goldbridge, very popular YouTuber, he's got almost as many followers as we do. He said, genuinely think United will be top 4 next season if they clear the dead wood. Okay. The number one response to it was, you want to be top 2. You don't want to rely on the playoffs. I just thought
Brilliant.
that guy wins the internet today.
Brutal.
Excuse me, I've now got to delete it because I cannot use it on Sunday. Excuse me.
It's not happening. That's not happening at all with Man United. No way. They will not get top 4 next season. That manager has got
In the
so much of a
championship.
job to do. If
In the
Man
championship,
United,
they could.
well, in the chat, yeah, they could do in the championship. Yeah.
David, that's not nice.
What's that? What?
Oh, what's that? Now you don't remember? That's not nice.
It's fact. It's fact.
What are you so mad about, Gary?
I just want to fight, I guess.
Yeah, he's
Fine with
just
It's
he's
'cause I
missed
called
me.
you all like
He's
last
missed me. That's what it is.
I
He's missed me. He hates it when somebody comes on and tells him the truth.
know.
Gary. Yeah.
You know, I can tell you,
150 mil
That's a good one,
to end
John.
up.
That's a good
You're
one.
not winning it this year. Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. Buy a couple of players. Buy a couple of players. That's it. Build for next season. You're not winning it this year. No chance. Liverpool are going to win it.
I don't.
All right.
I
All right.
can't live that way. What's the point then? We might as well just give up. All right. That's what you're trying to tell me. I don't want to do
Your
that.
boys already have done. That's the problem. Hey ho.
Oh my God, David coming in hot.
I know.
Mr. David, I'm gonna move you up top while you're talking this shit so I can see you, because right now the comments are all over there. David, what do you mean the Arsenal players have given up?
They've been shocking. Okay, you won. Oh, you won the first game in 25. So what? You won at Brentford. You know, you give it another 10 games, you'll be still where you are. You'll still be points away from Liverpool. You're shit
bucks on
this
that.
year.
That and a few bucks on
You've
that
been
oyster
building
card.
up. You've been building up for this one season where City weren't in
I don't know
charge,
who's this we've been
and you've
building up.
blown it.
No, nobody's been
You've
building
been
up.
blown-
It just
Yeah,
happens to be
Arsenal
season
have
3.
been
That's all it is.
evolving
Right.
as a
He's
side.
We're not even building up. You make it sound like we've
You've
been
been,
planning this.
you've been
Let me see.
evolving
When
as a
is Pep
side.
going to
Wait a
leave? So
minute.
that's
At
when
the
we're going to do
beginning of the
good.
season,
No.
you were
No,
telling me
not taking
your
that,
man
buddy.
Kai Havertz
Not
was
taking that
scoring
one.
all
We
these
did-
goals, and
You
he
like
was
you
the
like
new
watching all
Messiah.
these Arsenal
Get
out
it. And now you're
Arteta out
bad
people.
mouthing him in this show, Gary. Oh,
No,
I was
no. I'm
disappointed
not
because
having
he
that.
wasn't holding up the ball. He never held up a ball in his life. Jesus Christ.
You're out of your mind. I just like that we've given up, but in 10 weeks we'll be in the same spot,
You'll be in the
second
same
place
spot.
behind Liverpool, because we've won all of our games. You know,
You've won
like
a lot of
to
your
be there,
games
we
this
will have
month.
to keep winning all of our games to be second place.
In the last month, you've won a lot of your games. What about the
We
month
haven't-
before
we
that? and
haven't
the month
lost.
Before that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree,
You ain't
David.
won- you ain't sat where Liverpool are.
But
And you won't
yeah,
be.
that's fine. I'm just saying, we haven't been. You're right. We haven't been at our top. I wouldn't say the guys have gone on to the beach yet. Like, no,
that part I don't
I
get.
think they know.
You haven't been watching Arsenal. You're just talking a lot of
I
nonsense.
watch a lot of
No,
Arsenal.
They haven't
Gary.
given up.
One thing
Nobody's
I've
given
said
up.
about Arsenal, that is absolutely not unfair, is that I can understand when Arsenal fans go, we're not supposed to beat Man City because of the financial advantage. How are we going to beat them? That's fine. I accept that personally. However, Liverpool ain't got the financial advantage over you, so why aren't you finishing above them? That's a fair question.
You got a fair point.
Arsenal fans that sit there and go, why ain't we doing better? I'm like, yeah, I can tell you why you generally don't do better than Man City. Stevie Wonder can watch football and tell you why you ain't doing better than Man City. But I want to know why you ain't doing better than Liverpool.
No, listen. It's not even about money anymore. It's not about like, and head to head.
It's about money when Man City win, Evan.
Head to head
when
over
you're
the
not winning, it's about money.
But it's really not, because head to head over the past 3 seasons, I believe, we haven't lost to either of them. So head to head, there's no excuse.
I love head to
we
head,
lost
'cause
our games
I
to
love how
stupid
Leeds
teams,
won head
and
to
they
head
didn't.
That's
That's it.
season, didn't get
It's
anything
all on
more.
us.
You bring up City, we tell you why your comment is nonsense, and now you want to
My
switch
comment's
gears.
not nonsense.
Keep moving
My
the
comment is
goalpost,
factually
all right?
fair.
Keep moving
It's
it.
fair.
What's next?
It's
What's
fair.
next up? What's next up? You got? What you got? Come on, what's next?
Next
Come on,
up is
tell me what's
Leeds
next.
United drawing this weekend at the 90 some odd minute
Yeah.
after
It's not good
taking the
enough.
lead from a dodgy fucking penalty in the 88th minute.
Yep.
And then fucking giving the game away. You
Yeah, it happened
only
so
lucked
quickly,
out.
Lolo,
You
I
only
didn't even
lucked
know
out
it
because
happened.
fucking Burnley, the dude decided to do the fucking dirtiest red card I've seen in a while to get himself sent off, and they draw the match. You guys lucked out because everyone else drew this weekend.
Yeah, but we're
Talk to
still
me
the
about
top.
fucking-
We're still the top of our table.
What table is that?
It may be a table lower, but we are where we are, and we don't pretend to be anywhere other than that.
You can
But
only
we're
beat
the top
the
of
boy
our
in front of
table.
you.
Game over
We're
here.
not putting
Game
up
over
with
here.
just being in second.
I
And
was
there's
just
going
looking at that team in
to
10th
be
in the
more games.
championship.
There's going to be more and more games like this in the championship where we get results like this. It will happen because it's the nature of the championship.
Hey, we'd have lost
It's the
that game
nature of
1-0
players at that level.
last year. Last
You
year
know?
with Leeds United, that Leeds United team would have lost that
You know
match
what? We've
1-0.
said the same thing. If this was last year, we would have done this. Yeah, you're just repeating the same things as us.
No. I'm telling the progress of our team, of our current team.
Mm.
We would have dominated that game against Blackburn and then lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Whereas at least this time we dominated that game against Blackburn and didn't lose it. It's fine. It could turn out to really fuck us. We don't know yet. I'm not a fortune teller.
It won't be that one game that messes us up.
I think you're going to have to go through a stretch of games the way I've been watching you. All right, I've been watching the team. I haven't seen anything that says, all right, you're just going to it's just going to fall out. The bottom's just going to fall out. I don't see that right now. I mean, as a squad, every time he brings somebody, for me, James should just come off the bench. Every time he comes off the bench, I like it. When he starts, I don't like it as much. You know what I mean? But in general, the squad you got looks really good to me. All right. The games you've been playing. And like you said, it's the championship. You guys don't score, you're giving them an opportunity to score, and that's what happens in the championship. But you guys have been able to answer the call every time, most times anyway. So, now you're playing really good football. He's got you guys clicking. All right. Defensively, really hard to break down from what I've seen. You don't give up that many chances, but when you don't score, I think you give the other team a little bit of energy that they can maybe get something and steal something from you. And they that's how you lost a lot of games last year. This year you responded a little bit. I think,
Gary,
huh?
You know what 2 words I'm going to say occurred on Monday? You know what I'm going to say?
Oh no.
Name him.
You mean Aronson? Aronson? Is that what you mean?
No. He's barely a real person, but you seem to love him. You made a video about it. Yeah, Gary knows how to make videos, everyone. Dr. Leeds showed up. Dr. Leeds showed up. Who is Dr. Leeds, Gary?
He doesn't like football. Or he does like football, depending on how you're saying. But who's Dr. Leeds? Can you tell us? Come on, tell us.
Remember the line from the video.
Anyways, But like I said,
do you need a win when you're not doing well? Do you
There you
need
go.
a goal when you can't score?
there you go.
Lot of woes in front of the goal. Dr. Leeds are really going to help you out. Not
Yeah.
one game in 10 games. Leeds United are going to help you.
That's the scary part about that Blackburn
That's true.
game, right? Coming into that Blackburn game, when had they won last, right? They've been struggling a bit, right?
The last team they beat was us.
Yeah.
And you've been able to answer the call. So I don't know. Like I said, Leeds has been playing much better. They've been consistent. You look at all the other teams, not as consistent of late, right? So yeah, you guys look good. And Ronson has been doing it for you. Your favorite player, your buddy, your pal.
Look,
Gary,
I've got conclusive evidence that he's my mate. I've got conclusive evidence. I proved it.
I saw it.
That's settled.
Gary,
being my
he loves
mate a bit
Americans.
less, admittedly.
Gary, I just am imagining how much John is loving that we switched over to Leeds talk and you've been dominating the conversation. It's awesome. I love it, Gary. Keep going.
It's because he's been saying nice things about us that we're allowing him to carry on talking.
Well, yeah.
When do I say bad things
matter.
about you? When you go after me, I'll go after you. But
It's not
nah.
7% accurate, everything that's left his mouth. On the 3%, that wasn't accurate. We corrected him on. And that's it.
Gary, 3 years ago, did you ever imagine that you would be talking online this much about Leeds United?
He loves it.
Lawrence.
He loves
No,
it. That's
no.
what it is. He loves it.
We're second
Lawrence.
favourite team. He could deny
Ain't my
it.
boy.
I love it too because I love Leeds United fans. A lot of them, not all of them, clearly, but
Definitely not.
I'm the
But-
one he doesn't love.
but you guys are so much fun, and you guys have done so much for our channel as well. That no, I love the way you guys love football. There's something about it.
Depends on the result.
So speaking of shitty football, here's Lawrence. Everybody, if you want to say hi, you can.
Lolo, thank you for that smooth introduction there. I really appreciate that. How's
Now we're
everybody
going to
doing?
halftime. I'm just kidding, Lawrence.
No. I'll just say
Listen.
hello. You did bring some class on when you brought Ant on, even though he's an Arsenal fan. He's a quality guy. Now, Tom and him and his goose suspect, the rest of you mugs, I'm still trying to decide.
Hang on. What you got against the duck? What you got against Cyril?
Didn't he call him?
Well,
a
because
geese?
I tried to
He called him
call
a goose.
because I was going to call the police on you
Goose.
because of you abusing that geese. That's what I want to do. It could be some kind of gooseophilia or something like that.
Outrageous.
It's the
Lawrence.
guy from
I'd
Up.
speak-
Oh man, they're
the
going
guy
after
from
you,
Up.
man. They're going
Guy-
after you.
I always
I
got
see
the
it last
Tom.
week with the cartoon picture in the middle. You see it last week?
when they never going for me.
Oh,
All love, Tom. All love.
he's
But
gonna
no,
bring
it's
it
all
up
good,
again.
man.
Isn't he? He's gonna bring it up again.
Yeah,
So one more
John
thing about
is
Leeds
currently
United Christmas.
Googling again. Guys, we got to come up with some sort of rating system in the comments so they can move us around like this. So like if you're winning your argument, you get moved up like closer and closer, and if you're
That's a
losing,
good
you go
idea.
down here under the comments.
And then all of a sudden you go off the thing. Scooby, what's up? Then all of a
So
sudden you
cool. More work for John.
So John,
Well, all the money he's making,
Well,
he
you
should
know
be
what to
willing
do,
to do
sir.
that. Come on.
You know what to do in this situation, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Tom,
I think we need to hear some Mr. Tom impressions.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
just
Yeah,
gonna,
my man.
I'm gonna remove everybody. Tom, it's gonna be me, you, and David talking. That's all.
Oh Jesus!
You don't want to be doing that, John. You'll be getting the highest ratings again. Another high rating show.
What is it? 5 stars on Apple or whatever it is.
I don't
Other
know.
fruits are available, of course.
Okay.
Probably
Anyway,
should try and play a computer on them though.
Lawrence, how are you? Good to see you on the show.
Yeah.
What do you think about all this?
Very good. I hear all that banter. Sorry, I delayed a little
I don't
bit.
know
I
what
was
we
with the
were
wife.
talking
Some
about.
I was talking smack on the What's Up app while I'm with the wife, but it's all good. Leeds,
Wait,
you
what?
know,
You were
I-
talking
for-
smack with your wife on WhatsApp?
I was with my wife, and then I was on what's up app in our discussion, giving stuff.
Larry,
It's
when
like,
we ask you how you were, just say good and go on to your fucking West Ham talk, all right?
oh
Like,
Jesus Christ. See what this? See, he's like a producer. An actor can't be taught this stuff. Let me do it, Lolo. I'm trying to be creative. Let me
he's
be
like,
my own man.
he's like, well, then I stubbed my toe, and then I.
Then I took a
Like, God
piss.
damn it, Lawrence! Talk about West Ham for fuck's sake! I can't believe I'm
Then I-
asking you to do that.
Then I took a piss and I found a bush. But
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about, Lolo. Okay, back to But like I said, right now with the West Ham, we're definitely in the struggle thing. Liverpool match got us. We're exposed, and right now we have lack of identity, lack of leadership, lack of chemistry, tactics. There's a lot of different things that we're worried about. But what's so crazy is that you look where we're at on the table and how close we are. We're ahead of Man U. We're behind, and Tottenham's only like a point. So is it reachable? Yes. Is it realistic to stay that? I don't know. Last year, we started off really strong in the first half. We only got 19 points in the second. What worries me so much now is going into the second half of the league is that Bowen's out for a month or two. Antonio was not our true answer, but he's out. We desperately need a midfielder, and we don't have that. So my thought process is, what are we going to do? I think a lot of times some people are saying bring back like JWP and Cornet. I don't know if that's the true answer. I really believe that Earthy, we have some really junior guys that are out there on loan. Bring in Earthy and Potts. These are guys that have proven themselves that they could do something and put them on the bench. And then we need we're talking about Ferguson. I think we could pick him up, and our defense
From Brighton?
Yeah, they're talking about it, and with a couple other people there, they're trying to rally, maybe for loan. They're talking about maybe not up.
You're talking about going to West Ham, right?
Yes.
Is that what you mean, or going somewhere else?
Going to West Ham.
Yeah, he's kind of fell out of favor with.
He's not starting a lot of matches. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's coming off the bench, and if he can get that, but I don't believe, like you were saying, Gary, I don't think it's going to be and David, it's going to be a loan deal. But right now, we need that. We need something to fix what's hurting right now. But still, I still see quality on the team.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lawrence,
I'm done.
No. Let's hear about all your fucking under 12s that you're gonna be bringing up.
Is that everybody that Brighton sells is like in the 100 million range? So
for Ferguson, it's nowhere near 100 million.
No, I know, but was Cucurella worth what he was worth?
No. So you're saying, I got
was Caicedo worth all that money? No.
So what you're saying is for us, we'll have say Kudus for example. We'll put a price range so high nobody's going to sign him. Okay, you can have him, but it's 100 million, pounds or whatever. So
they
I don't know.
But they really had us wait for half an hour in the back to come on and then be lectured about Leeds by Gary, and then Lawrence talks about West Ham for 46 years. Did that really just happen?
It did.
I barely said anything today, Tom.
It's funny. I was thinking it, but I was like,
I'm barely saying anything over here.
It's true.
You can all sound the prick for saying it, but it's not fucking wrong. It's exactly how this went down.
Yeah, I was hoping actually we could maybe talk a little bit about Wolves' resurgence and how they've
wait a second
themselves up the league a little bit.
Save that for the after hours.
David, we got to.
Instead,
let's get our
we've been bored shitless through the Arsenal talk, and now it's become banal talking about West Ham and what they could be. Well, you got rid of your best manager, and you are now where you should be. You're a mid-table, lower mid-table side. That's it.
There you go, David.
David, I appreciate that because I'd like to hear from the junior league sometimes and see what their thoughts are about the Premier League.
The junior league that beats your team
and sometimes because I feel confident.
We're hoping you stay up purely so that we can get some points next year.
Winner.
Make up for the Wolves.
Hold on, David. You just got some points. You got moved up to the top row.
Oh.
But David, if if Leeds are any luck to the last couple of teams that came up in the Premier League and go straight down, you got a good chance of staying up. And the thing is, like I said, I kind of give Leeds a little quality, because we did get Somerville from you, and and that was good. But I don't know.
It was very good business for us, yeah.
Look, Deborah asked me to do a song about how boring West Ham are. We have a song for West Ham that we sing whenever we go there. Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Who put the ball in the West Ham net? Half the fucking team did. Yeah.
Should that be?
And it's true.
God bless you all.
Until except for that one time where nobody did, and we shot like 40 shots on target, and we lost the league. God damn. Yeah. Moving on, Anthony. We haven't heard from you in a while. You're relegated down to the bottom row there, man.
I'm relegated. I know. I'm just enjoying the content here and here. I mean, obviously, Lawrence, I get what he's talking about, West Ham. You're going to see me on Sunday, Lawrence, on Tony on Early Doors of Show. And also on Wednesday. Good. Guess what? Yep. I'm going to be giving Tony a lot of shit. Don't you worry about that. 2005 is here and is here to stay. And I'm going to be ripping the piss out of a lot of West Ham fans. And this is true. This is true. Fuzzy, the Man United fan, he's having it as well. I'll tell you what, their relegation form, they are Man United. The manager even actually said they're in a relegation battle, the Man United manager. And he said it's going to be a hard season this season for them. And I tell you what, I'm fucking enjoying it. Seriously, I'm absolutely loving it with Man United being at the bottom. Man City's not winning, West Ham, they're halfway down the table, it's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, the table doesn't lie. It's in front of you. Look at that. Look at that. 23 points. Jesus. Minus 12.
Well, and you know what? That's a valid point, Ant. But the point that the main thing is we're getting battered by the top 5 teams, and that's why that differential's there. But prior to that match, we were like 2-2-1. So but you're not getting rid of
any of your players, are you? Your defence. I'm not being funny.
Oh,
West Ham, that team, West Ham, is a team they're full of frauds. I mean, in all fairness, you look at the defenders you've got, right? They're working for West Ham. They're getting paid a wage, and also at the same time, they're claiming a pension as well. I don't understand it.
So Ant was waiting for that one.
Yeah. So what's the eldest defense? It goes from 38 down to 33, I think. And it's in Wan-Bissaka, who's your youngest player in defense.
Wan-Bissaka is probably the best player this season.
I agree. Yeah.
Can I just say, in your defense, Lawrence, you've had a very good December.
Yeah.
You've had a good December. Very good December. Yeah. West Ham won't get relegated.
I don't think, and I really believe that one. I think we have enough that we'd stay up. And I had on another channel my prediction going into the second half of the season, and I really said that we're probably where we're going to be at, honestly. And I said I would be happy, and this is truth. I'd be happy with 10th to 12th, but I see us staying at 13th and dropping to 15th because of what we have in uncertainty and the way we're playing. But I think we're good enough to stay above, like you said, David.
Did you say you're on another channel too? So you're spewing your nonsense elsewhere?
People like to. I'm like a dartboard. They just then come back and say you're bullshit, Larry. You're bullshit, Larry.
There's someone for everyone, John. There's someone for everyone.
Whoa, Rosie gifted a membership. That's fantastic, Rosie. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know who you gifted it to, but
it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny that
it works.
Andy Herbert's in for a surprise for when he logs in to the.
Why?
Congratulations, Andy Herbert.
I'm gifted a membership.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
How did this guy get gifted?
Well
the tracker
done.
Man
Thank you.
Gifted nothing.
Someday we should learn how to use all this. Well, Lawrence, if it makes you feel better with all this trash talking that they're doing, see down there in 14th place. You guys are in 13th, but 14th place. I saw a stat today. The last team to be 14th place and January 1st and get relegated. Who do you think it was? It was
Sounds
Leeds
like it was
United.
Leeds.
It was
Yeah.
fucking Leeds United.
Oh,
So there you go, Anthony. Throw that at them if you want. You're safe. You're safe.
Exactly.
I was
Doesn't
going to
matter.
But I
say, I
think
was
West
trying to
Ham
be
will stay up
respectful.
though. I do think they got this. They have got the team to stay up. I just feel like with Loppy, you've got to get rid of your manager, Lawrence. Honestly, I
I
don't
agree.
even think he makes his first 11. But at the end of the day, listen, I think the more games that you obviously are going to say, and I mean this friendly, of course, more games you lose, the easier my show is going to be on Wednesday. Honestly, seriously, I love it every minute. So you know,
You have a
just
show.
Well,
when you're watching
well,
it, Lawrence, lean back, have some
well,
popcorn, have a nice
What's your
stiff
show
well,
drink.
called,
well,
Lawrence?
and if you
Not
and
Lawrence,
if you have
Anthony.
that, you got Tony, you got Fuzz, and both our teams are struggling. So you're like the king of the hill.
I am the king. Yeah. And Tony tries to get me stick now. He comes on here, Tony, early doors, and I tell you what. Listen, this guy here, Lawrence, this is the only guy from West Ham that I know that talks sense. When Tony talks about West Ham, fuck me, I'm asleep halfway through the show. Honestly. So, do you know what I mean? So it's nice to see a West Ham fan to come on and actually talk some sense. It's true.
Well, thank you, but we do need some help a lot. But I still cheer. Yeah, well, it's like anything. You're always going to cheer for your team. You're always going to want them to win. And sometimes you're the top 6, sometimes you're there, but you always want to cheer for your team. And you have to be able to be critically thinking of how can you improve. And sometimes this going into the second half with Lopetegui, I'm clueless because I don't know. Moyes before I could understand what he was doing and that you need to change this. And then we brought some. Now I really sometimes I'm clueless. I don't know what we can do to fix this except bringing in somebody else that can bring them together. And
it's true, but what's made it worse, Lawrence? You've actually signed the whole team. You signed about 10, 11 players this season.
Yep, 9 guys in that. Yep, and I think they still got quality there. But how can you go a whole from August when they said West Ham had the best signing, spent the most money, and had that type of result? You know what I mean? And as a fan or somebody like this, not understanding what the manager or the ownership's really trying to do, it's very frustrating. Very.
I think the best man to answer the questions about low pedigree, as he used to call him, of course, is Mark.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, I sometimes I wonder who is the worst manager, Lopetegui or Marsh for Leeds. And man, those are 2 very, very close. Jesse and Julie, it's a new sitcom to be watched on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Loppy's the worst. I mean, you've seen it at Wolves when he was the manager there, and he pretty much got the sack. Or I think he walked out towards the end as well, didn't he?
He's got no one relegated. What are you all talking about?
Well,
Jesse Marsh literally laid us in the Championship on a plate, ready to go. And you just sitting there going, I think Lopetegui's worse. Not a fucking chance. Jesse Marsh, I'd literally see a gif earlier today of Jesse Marsh talking to Rafinha on the sideline, and Rafinha's pulling the face like, yeah, I'm going to be really nice to you and make you think that you're teaching me how to play football. How fucking dare you, sir? How fucking dare you all say that fucking Jesse Marsh is better than Lopetegui? How fucking dare you?
But the reason why
it's fucking it's agitating me.
All right, well then, but then let me ask you this: if you know,
how many Europa Leagues has Jesse Marsh won?
Leeds let Jesse off the hook by firing him so late in the season. He's not. He can say, "Oh, I'm not responsible because they fired me, and it's some other bloke's problem because I would have kept Leeds up." But no, instead you fired him in February, which made absolutely no sense. Let him off the hook.
Didn't make no sense.
And didn't they kind of regressed after that, right? They didn't improve.
To be fair, we did have about a 5-minute spell where we did win a couple of games and looked all right. But then the Leeds took over. I'll tell you, the actual moment we got relegated, but apart from the actual moment we got relegated, the literal one, was when we were beating Crystal Palace, then missed about 4 shots, and then Crystal Palace scored on the stroke of half time. Now, I don't know what happened at half time, but there must have been a fight during half time or something happened that meant Leeds absolutely fucking collapsed and lost 5-1. That is when I knew we were fucking in trouble. And it was obvious that we were in trouble. That looked like 11 strangers come out after half time.
The players and ex-players all deny it, but it said it in the body language, didn't it?
Yeah.
Something
It's
gone
going
off.
to come out in like 20 years' time. One of them's going to have a book or something, and it'll
They
go.
won't.
Big fight.
The book won't be read, though, will it? Come on.
Well, not by someone a tweet about it or something. Like one of the Leeds fans. Like, I watch anything that a Leeds player has touched. It's like, you're a bit of a fucking loser, then, aren't you? Sorry, what? That too rude of me.
No, it's not, Tom.
well.
Well, fellas, it's about halftime now. We're a little bit over halftime. I put a poll out there on the YouTube channel where Jimmy said Tottenham sucks will do nicely. But I asked you guys to place your votes for what the bio break video should be. Should it be Tottenham sucks? If it's not Leeds United, fuck them. Or should it be Murder Gun? And right now the votes are still coming in, and it is a tight one. It's a tie right now, 44% for Tottenham sucks. And if it's not Leeds, fuck them. So get your votes in right now, because we are about to take this bio break, and John needs to know which button to click when he goes to the restroom. It's the little one, John. There we go. All right.
He might get confused on that one. What's the little one?
All right. I think the votes are pretty much.
John's going to jump on me. Oh, no.
Big sample size there.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Tottenham sucks.
I know
right,
John
guys.
enough to know this is going to be Leeds.
Yeah,
I know John enough to know this is going to be Leeds, regardless.
John, I will tell you that the voting seems to have slowed down and finished, and I think it's going to be Tottenham sucks, which means John will play whatever the hell he wants.
Do we have a sequel called Leeds Murder Guns Tottenham?
I will work on it. Oh, and look, Rob G chimed in, our local Tottenham fan here. All right, let's go with Tottenham sucks. We will be back in just a couple of minutes from our bio break, and we will be back to do what's it called, Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom, and we will do all of our predictions for this next week in Premier League. We'll be right back.
Love you, Tommy.
Yo, it's been difficult. I gotta be honest. Not used to seeing Spurs fans happy. It's disheartening. At least I know. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. I'm a gunner for life, so I can't let it rest. When I hear some silly fans screaming that the Spurs are best, so I just gotta put them back in their place and tell them to go and check out their trophy case. It's empty, filled with nothing but dust. Okay, maybe one trophy all covered in rust, but hey, it's a new day. You got yourself Jose. He iced out Dele like he was protein. Ha! But that's cool. You got your boy back, Kurt Bale. Yep, he's all right. Weird that he couldn't get a sniff in Madrid, but played a lot of golf though. And I hear it all the time that the Gunners pass at prime and thinking that where quality is an absolute crime. So before the comments start, let me do my part and tell y'all about my team straight from my heart. Yeah, Alba ain't been great. Pepe can't run straight. Willian is old and Xhaka is cut rate. Yet Ozil lost his job and Ceballos is a knob. And David Luiz looks like Sideshow Bob. That's cool. You know why? Because I take freaking Gunnersaurus over any of them dirty Spurs. Or maybe Son, that boy good. But I still wouldn't ever trade my team for yours, even if you begged me down on all fours, saying, Lolo, come on, Lolo, come over. Motherfuckers, I'd rather support the Blackburn Rovers. And I'll always have a cannon on my crest, unlike y'all with the cock on your chest. And you may have a good season, straight out of luck, but one thing's never changing in my mind, that Spurs suck.
What do we think of Tottenham? Shit! What do we think of shit? Thank you!
Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. care if the top of the league, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks. Tottenham sucks. Don't care what you think, the Spurs suck. Tottenham sucks.
All right. And we're back. Oh, I can't hear you. Are you saying anything, Tom?
Yeah.
Tottenham sucks. Yeah, Tottenham sucks. A cock on your chest and Tottenham sucks.
You always have a cock on your chest. Good to see back Rob G, by the way. A Tottenham fan who you know, he understands what he is. Good to see all y'all. Okay, we ready to get started? Yeah, if we're gonna run down the entire game week ahead because there's a bunch of awesome games this weekend. Let's get to betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right.
Oh my God, I'm the New Year's baby.
Oh, that is scary.
Oh, God.
That is very scary.
Come on. Go on, get on with it. Get on with the same lazy tropes that you usually dish out. Anyway,
Okay.
whatever.
So just to remind everybody, we ask Mr. Tom to find the craziest bets that he can make where £1 or $1.24, I guess it is, will turn into hundreds of pounds, which means these bets are not good and not advisable to take. However, if you do and they hit, you could become a 100-air like Mark was until he then placed all the rest of the bets the rest of the season and lost all of it. So when it's not fun, stop doing it or something like that. But hey, it's only $1. Let's get to it, Mr. Tom.
When the fun stops, stop.
That's
and
it.
Sponsored by Murder Gun, a movie involving murder and a gun, coming soon to a cinema or streaming service near you. We're going to start off with Spurs to do Newcastle because my theory is they'll beat all the good teams, then lose to all the shit teams and finish 10th. Because it's literally mid-table form that they are exhibiting right now. But obviously, James Maddison's going to score first because people may or may not know he is basically the man that at the dinner table will carve the meat because he'll be the first to tell you. He talks about it all the time on Twitter. That's true thing. It's genuinely true thing. I've not just made that up. And then Isak's going to score because it's Alexander Isak. And why would Arsenal be talking about purchasing him for 72,000,000 euros or whatever it is if he's not going to score at Tottenham?
You're damn right.
There you go.
You're damn right, Tom. You're
No.
damn right.
Damn right.
But
I
Spurs
like
are
this. I like this. We could use Newcastle to lose.
They're gonna think that they're absolute king shit because they went to Old Trafford and dominated. But who doesn't go to Old Trafford and dominate these days?
Not a truer set of words have ever been said.
So it's not like they actually caused a real shock. I was more shocked that they didn't get free by half time. He was offside, to be fair. I actually quite enjoyed watching that, unsurprisingly, even though I've generally made a habit of not watching Premier League games because if Leeds ain't in the Premier League, it's boring. But no, seriously, this can yield you some coin. Deborah the Zebra, your debts will all be paid. But don't actually legally quote me on that because, don't send the actual credit card company after me because I'll change my name to David Villamartin. Actually, no, let's go back on that. My name is Lawrence and I support West Ham. And
You actually said that. You actually said that.
Well, yeah, my name's Lawrence and I support West Ham.
You need to wash your mouth out with
Champions
soap
of Europe,
now.
greatest team in the world.
Oh, jeez.
Come on,
Come on, show some respect.
All right, wash it out with bleach then. All right.
Oh my
What you mean?
God, here it comes.
Bleach.
All right,
Could've
is
been
everybody
worse.
happy with this bet? We all taking this bet, or what are we doing?
I'm not betting for that team to win.
Yeah,
I'd
I
rather
quite like
choose
this
West
bet.
Ham.
This,
I've
I
said a lot
think this is the best bet that you've made, Mr. Tom. I don't know how long you've been doing your bets for, but this one looks
7
promising.
years.
7 years. Well, this is the first one in 7 years, and this one looks quite promising. No disrespect, all right?
Last
But
the show's only about 5 minutes old. That's not true. It's not true, Andy. That's not true. Said Stone Cold Tom. What do you think I've been this for 7 years? What? Yeah. But no, seriously, if you don't mind, Director John. Sorry, if everyone's finished. Oh, and here's my piece de
damn it.
resistance for the weekend.
God damn it!
What?
Oh,
I typed every letter on this into my phone with a big fucking smile on my face.
no, this is bullshit.
I think this is probably the most. I think this time is probably the best one I've seen in a while.
Yeah, because you don't know what football means. That's why you.
Oh, please! Can we mute this guy over here, John? Just for
No,
like a
what?
5-minute
John, you can't
timeout.
mute me. Lolo,
Yes, you can.
stop, John.
I don't do anything.
Oh, you don't do anything. You let John just take over and do everything he wants.
It's in his rider.
Damn it!
Called Director
Right or
John.
die, right or
What?
die. See, there you go, buddy. John,
Gary,
my
you
man.
knew you were on thin ice already, man. Come
I knew
on.
it. I knew it.
And-
He
and
knew
Gary,
he
I
knew he
can't-
was 1 second away from going. He knew it.
I can't support you,
I
Gary,
love you,
because he'll
Gary.
take me out of the show.
I know that's why I was hoping for some backup here. You didn't want.
No,
I
sorry.
maybe likes
Against
company,
Director
man.
John, you're on your own, man. You're on your fucking own.
But yeah, no, in all seriousness, obviously I'm going with Jesus to score first because he's the only one that seems to be scoring goals for them lately.
And
What
honestly,
are
in
you
all
guys
seriousness,
talking about?
this guy's been hot, Lolo. I was like,
No,
it was like New Year's Eve. It's like I was like, baby Jesus is going to score a goal. Baby Jesus is going to score a goal.
Hey, he was hot for a week and it counts for the purpose of this.
That's right.
yeah. Everybody's saying he's hot. He scored 3 goals, then he scored 2 goals, then he scored 1 goal. That's
5
it.
and 2,
That's
yeah,
Also,
come
6
on.
in 3. That's literally 2 in
What?
one game.
No,
So
one
you
game he
basically
didn't
threw
score
him in the
any.
microwave and he just got cold really fast.
But
No,
Lolo,
I'm.
my
If
question
he
is this, though.
continues, he will be super hot. I'm just
But-
saying, like a hat trick and a brace back to back. That's incredible. 5
Was
goals
it-
in 2 games, sweet. But you know the other stat?
It was right
He
around his
scored
birthday,
more
though.
goals in these past 4 games than he has in 58.
Let me give you a stat that this bet is definitely going to break when it wins.
yeah.
Every game that Gabriel Jesus has scored in, Arsenal have won. Not tomorrow.
Oh.
You're gonna
You
break
know, you
that.
can't even say it with a straight face. You're trying to hold in that giggle. I see it. I saw your teeth. Too late.
and
That's
Tom
totally true.
don't fuck it up. The real stat is every single goal he's ever scored, he's never lost a game in the Premier League. Not with Arsenal.
I mean,
Ever.
let's be fair. He did play for the other team that fucking
Exactly.
really
Yeah.
won, to be fair.
So it's
Um,
it's been harder while he's been at Arsenal. There's a lot of games where he wants to score, but we're gonna lose, and he's like, nah, maybe I'll just this one
sit
goal.
on that, mate.
I don't want to fuck up my record, you know. Like, we are not winning this game.
I'll give him a lot of credit
See?
though. As a human being, it genuinely people forget. As a human being, he could have sat on that Man City bench and won everything, but he decided, no, I want to play and I want to lose while playing. So I moved to Arsenal.
When
And
I
he
have
doesn't play.
the
And he doesn't play.
when I have the court case, as the Arsenal team try to take me defamation of character, saying that they just throw it away and everything, I'm going to actually bring Lolo along as a character witness, and he'll be repeating what he just said then.
That's right.
Lolo, shut up.
Damn.
But,
Damn,
but
he got
no,
me.
Hopefully,
Is this
and
being recorded?
Hopefully, Mr.
And
Herbert
I've
has
clicked
learned
Is this
it
being
already.
recorded?
I didn't
Picking
know that.
Arsenal in these bets doesn't give payouts worth coming on the show to give.
But they have got a
Right,
weakness because Brighton, they haven't got Danny Welbeck playing in this game.
Oh no,
So
No.
I haven't got
He's out
Danny
again.
Welbeck. Oh my god!
This is how I want you to present your next bet.
Anthony, please, you're gonna just jinx it. That's all you're doing right now. You're just
No,
adding more jinx.
honestly,
Just adding more jinx onto the pile.
I don't know if
brewing.
I don't know if that statement has ever been said. Oh no, Danny Welbeck isn't going to be here. Even at like charity events that he was the main speaker at that he couldn't attend, they were like, "Oh no, Danny Welbeck can't be here." They're like, "That's
It was
fine.
said that he wasn't going to
Susan
turn
will
up
do
to
it."
his own wedding, and his wife went, "Yeah, we can live with that."
Oh no, Danny Welbeck's not going to be here. Then I'll marry that guy. It doesn't fucking matter. But no, Danny, you've got a point because Danny Welbeck scores against Arsenal. He does. He does.
Fair point. But in all
Mr. Tom, could I check my notes real quick and give you my prediction?
What do you have notes
Yeah,
for?
you know what I think? I think it's stack the notes on the table because that I kind of like that silly shit. Fantastic.
My prediction is 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah, it would be because you don't know anything about football.
Oh, geez. Thanks for that, buddy. Hey, just stick with the
Anthony, you said you know this guy?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one before Lawrence gives us his
He's a
entire
hater.
predictions,
He's a hater.
which we're going to do later in the show. God damn it. I love you, Lawrence. This is awesome.
I've got one score of thought on this, really. It's basically, I've seen Liverpool beat them 4-0. I've seen Liverpool beat them 6-0. I've seen Liverpool beat them 7-0. And I thought, what one haven't I seen yet that's likely to happen because they also can't defend. And they're terrible at the moment. They've got no confidence. And basically, Mohamed Salah has got all the confidence in the world. He'll probably even get 3 of these before half time. I'm probably jinxing it now, I've said it, but he's playing with that level of confidence, and basically it's going to be 5-0. You're all going to have £200, and I'm going to be sat here going, I'll make them all £200.
I love this bet. Love this bet. Because none of your bets happen, so I am definitely going to put some money on this because it's not going to happen at all. And they'll probably lose because I bet on it. Apart from the one that did, that is correct.
I'm definitely taking this one, and I'm taking it as is. This is such in the realm of possibility. It's just a well-oiled machine versus the shit show that is Man United, and just in case, folks, maybe the cherry on just what a shit show it is that they're thinking about making old Slabhead the captain again. I just
This is a terrible. This is a terrible.
I love this
terrible prediction by Mr. Tom. He didn't read the assignment. This was not the assignment. The assignment wasn't just double my money. The assignment was, can I triple my money? And what is he gonna? He's cheating me.
How many hundreds of dollars?
Hang on. Sorry, Gary.
How many hundreds of dollars are you betting?
Now, Gary has said I want him to triple
hundreds
my money.
of
I'm like,
pennies.
Gary, it doesn't pay £2.
Oh, wow! I need to go 300, 1 to 3.
It's actually the maths works out. It's actually 213 times your money.
Oh, I said the wrong thing.
It's literally the assignment.
Gary, mute Gary again. He's talking nonsense as usual.
I did talk nonsense. I'm sorry. I went all Lawrence on you guys for a bit.
Old slab.
It's rubbing off. John, can you please move me? So I'm getting this like itch, and I can't stop it.
You're relegated. You're relegated down to that Maguire zone.
That's a great question. I'm just going to look up how much Amorim is in the sack race.
Oh, he can't. That's ridiculous comment. This
the
is
problem
the
with this
show.
bet. The problem with this bet, Tom, is that your bets tend to not hit. So, like, they will be 5-0, and all of this will be true. And in the last minute, Harry Maguire will get a fucking header because we made fun of him again, and they'll give up a goal in like the 90+6, where they only had 3 minutes of stoppage, but for some reason the ref just kept it going, and they scored. They're like, "Yay, we scored 5-1," Just
wasn't
a
it like
fucking
wasn't it
shit.
like
Well,
3
Brooklyn.
years ago that the game was over and they brought everyone back on so Man United could kick a
Could win the
penalty?
game, yeah.
I don't know why I'm catching shit for them never hitting. Like, you never talk about the time I turned around on here and went, Watford are going to draw 0-0 with Burnley, and then guess fucking what? Watford drew 0-0 with Burnley, and I made 9 times my money. You keep real fucking quiet about that one.
I didn't see it.
Motherfuckers.
I never heard that one.
Was it one of
Oh,
your
that was
six bets?
before my
wasn't
time.
there,
Sorry,
Tom.
Tom. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
This was
distinctly
in
remember
April.
that
All
one.
the time
Oh,
I
did
bet
Chelsea-
you remember it.
The time
Yeah,
I did Chelsea and
I remember
Tottenham,
watching the game.
Father time.
120 quid.
I had the extended highlights on loop.
But no, in all seriousness, it's going to be 5-0. It's going to be an absolute joy to watch because deep down, you're not going to catch Liverpool, so just try and enjoy the ride. So enjoy the football. Enjoy the football.
Points.
Enjoy Man
You know what? That's
United.
terrible.
Mr. Tom.
John,
Points to
cut
Mr.
him.
Tom.
Cut him out. Mute him.
That's right.
Hi, Gary. This has been not being muted. I played a big risk there because I thought he could mute me at any time.
No,
during this
John
sentence.
had
no,
the power.
Tom, you knew exactly. You had it right. You were spot on because Gary ran the risk of being muted way more than you did. John is very Brooklyn, old school Brooklyn of like, don't fucking tell me what to do. I'm gonna do the exact.
Don't
fucking
mute
opposite. Don't-
Lolo in
don't
mid-speak.
fucking tell me what
Don't
to
do it. You won't do it. No, Lolo, just stop talking. That's why he's probably going to talk for the rest.
Mr. Tom, what's the trifecta paying out today?
I'm
Tomorrow.
glad you asked that. So basically,
The
Spurs
Magic
to win.
3. That's what it is.
Magic 3. This is me
Spurs
sprinkling
to
my
win.
magic dust. Hypothetical dust as well.
Thank you,
'cause that
Mark.
doesn't sound PG.
Thank you, Mark,
Oh, you're welcome.
for rolling.
I
the
just
game.
want to see how much it is.
Spurs to win, Brighton to win, Liverpool to win. But I termed this the Gary Magic 3 because I knew he was going to hate every.
I would take that bet. I would take that bet in a heartbeat.
Nah, it's gonna be draw, Arsenal draw.
Well, that's a very
a good call.
Arsenal centric bet. That's
Yeah,
like me
that's a
betting
cool-
on the Vikings to win the Super Bowl in August.
Oh, this is great. You're so accurate.
I just.
Can I read it out? Can I read it out, please, to the audience? 'Cause I'd
Yes.
Oh, please.
Please.
There's times Mr. Tom, that's me, makes a comment to Gary, and Gary's reply is just basically just a noise that sounds a bit like an old gate or door that needs some oil. It's actually quite beautiful.
I don't like you, Scooby Doo 2, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, he's
When you
good.
went
Boo.
Scooby DDD2, it actually did sound like a gate then as well.
That's right.
Scooby-Doo.
Good guy.
Oh.
Good guy,
I
Gary.
got no friends on this place. What am I doing here? I
Recognize.
didn't come here for this.
John, I think this guy's a timeout. I think
This
there's
is
a
Don't make it
timeout
sound like
coming,
that.
John. I'll tell you
Terrible
what to do, but
show.
there'll be a timeout coming for Gary in the scuba outfit.
You're doing it out of love, but I don't get it.
In all
Oh,
seriousness, Gary
we
is
all have a
great
lot of love for you,
participant.
Gary.
Gary,
great
it's all jokes,
participant.
buddy. You're a good man.
He's not a participant that wins these verbal debates, but he's a great participant. Sorry, what? Sorry, I thought I was going to get another reaction out of him. But, oh, no, I did. He was drinking at the time. Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, 15 times your money can't go wrong. Well, you can
Except
if you
that
do
it's
it.
wrong. Except that it's wrong. Yeah, and as Rosie says, make sure you guys are subscribing. Gary is also streaming on his channel. I'm sure there's a link here somewhere. But make sure you subscribe to Gary's channel. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the like, the thumbs up, all that stuff. Put a comment in the actual comments. Is there still a thumbs down button?
There is, but it doesn't usually tell you.
Yeah, it
All right,
doesn't
yeah,
record, does it?
Hit that one too.
Just for the record, I'm going to put it out there that not only did I take Mr. Tom's Magic 3 bet, but I also took Lolo's counter
Magic
to
mushroom.
the Magic 3 bet, where he said draw Arsenal draw. I'm gonna place that one too. Let's see who's closer.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Arsenal winning.
I think I know. I'm thinking no, because listen, Arsenal should beat Brighton. Spurs Newcastle will be a draw. The reason I'm thinking Liverpool might actually draw to the manure is because when Tottenham are back, when Tottenham same fucking club, when Man United are like they are right now in a we don't know who the fuck we are, blah blah blah, they'll go and they'll play really well. They went and won the fucking FA Cup or whatever against City, where all of a sudden they played well when we were all thinking they were going to get destroyed, and they won a cup, the FA Cup or the Carabao or one of those last year against City. So I think at this match, there's a chance that Manchester United actually play decent, and it could end in a draw. I don't think they win, but I think it could end in a draw. That's why I'm saying draw, Arsenal, draw. There you go.
The way they're currently playing, if they lose 4-0, it would be considered a decent defensive performance.
Right.
No, you're being too fucking harsh.
I am, but it sounded funny in my head, so I just said it anyway. But in all seriousness, Lolo,
they're gonna get better.
Quickly, Jimmy, if you don't mind, Jimmy, to answer your question, Amorim to be the next manager sacked, 33-1.
Well, I think, in my opinion, though, Amorim he has a certain style coming from Sporting, and then they wouldn't have risked this much to bring him in. Now he's trying to do with the players he currently has. And that's the thing there is, and I think, and I've heard different discussions out of that whole thing. I've heard people say there's only 3 or 4 players that's probably going to stay on there. So I think they had to go for a long haul. And for him, he was a successful manager at Sporting. He needed to have that confidence going in. If they sacked him, something like that, that's ridiculous. Then now they have to give him there. And it's kind of the old saying back in the day with Parcells, I'm an old man. It's like, help him buy the groceries, get the players he wants in with his style and do it. So it can be it's going to be a process. So I don't think it's going to be a short, it's not going to be a short leash. It's not going to be a short,
I actually agree with you, Lawrence. I agree with you on all that.
Well, I'll tell you why it's gone wrong for Man United, apart from lots of institutional problems they've got.
They're just bad people.
When you become a club that basically has a new manager every 2 years, you then generally end up with a squad of players that were purchased by 4 or 5 different managers, which is why Everton have struggled recently, because generally you don't have the players from one individual trying to make that team fit. You've then got the idea, and you've got players brought in for the tactics of 4 or 5 different people, and that leads to disaster, absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, can you count them back? Because let's go all the way back. They've got players on their team from fucking ages ago.
Yeah.
Can I ask Lawrence a question?
They've got players that played for Van Gaal, I guess. Sorry, David.
Yeah, Lawrence, do you believe in that clubs should stick with their managers to see out the process?
I think so, and that's a great question, David. And the thing is, it depends when they come in, and just like we had, and you can bring Lopetegui as a great example there. He came in, and we got our signings at the very end, and they were saying we had the great signing and stuff like that, but they haven't materialized. We gave him half of a season, and he hasn't really materialized on that. So I'm a type of person, I give some patience to it. I really do. And then as long as that manager and the ownership has confidence in him, and he says, these are the players that I need. And a great example is West Ham. We have Steidham as director. I know 8-Ball. I got to go real quick. But he's the one that comes in and says he's hiring these players to come in, and then Lopetegui now has to try to fit them in off of what he designed. So I don't know if it's worked well in West Ham, but I really believe that you need to give a person time. Amorim is the perfect example. You cannot just sack the dude right off. You know what I mean? He's got a brand new process. He's got the players he's got for this season, and then come summer and even the January window, see what they can make and improve. But you just fired a guy, and he's got guaranteed money there, and he's a up and coming manager. he like Sporting. He was very successful.
Yeah.
He was wanted from. He wanted West Ham wanted him, but our Sullivan was too effing cheap to buy the guy. You know what I mean? So he's a wanted manager. So there's some things there. There's not a short leash on him. I don't believe.
I
I
just
hope
think-
that next year when I come back and I have the conversation with you, Lawrence, that you're enjoying the championship with no VAR.
Dude, you're dreaming that. So you keep your championship junior league down the table. West Ham ain't going nowhere. They're staying improvement. I like it.
No,
David.
you keep low
Don't get too
Lopetegui
crazy,
there.
buddy. Don't get too crazy.
Quote of the night: "You cannot sack a guy right off." That was very interesting.
What?
You can't.
That's just what Lawrence said. You cannot sack a guy right off. I was like, well, maybe. I mean, if you try hard enough, you might.
Lolo,
I don't
bring
know
up the
what.
I don't want to hear no zebra stories again.
That's not PG.
Oh, you're not down for the gangbang, I hear. All right.
That's
God.
definitely not PG.
Guys, let's burn through the
geez.
the league matches that we have this weekend. Ooh, wrong league. Where's Leeds playing? Hull? That's right. We're going to Hull.
Here comes cold down the motorway.
Oh Lord.
Straight up the M181. There you go.
All right. That's yeah. I love that shit. All right, kicking it off, we have Spurs Newcastle. What do you guys have for that? Spurs Newcastle
2-2.
Let's get us all around here.
Draw.
Desmond.
Yep,
I'm going with that as well. I see that as well.
I'm going for Desmond. I'm going for Desmond.
3-1
I
Newcastle.
hate that team. Chaos. I want them to go down in flames.
I'll tell you
Burn.
what I think it'd be.
3-1 Newcastle, and all the Arsenal fans will look at Isaac scoring goals and wishing that they could spend 180 on him instead of 150.
David, they are hot, buddy, so it's a good shout.
That Tottenham squad is so busted up defensively, and now they've just lost to Doggy, who takes, you know, I mean, it's a big ask to even think that our Tottenham is going to beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be. I think this has the potential of being like 3-1, 4-1.
Wow,
That's what I reckon.
You know,
3-1.
Tottenham's
So
been
should I
really giving it up.
Should I captain Isak in fantasy?
I thought
absolutely.
About that. I
would.
That.
Why
I
not?
have to spend it, but yeah.
Captain, if you want to really risk it, Captain Danny Welbeck.
And who do I vice captain?
You know what? I don't think you can even have someone on the squad that's injured. I mean, you can, but
No.
aren't they just like kind of grayed out?
It'll go to my
bench.
my vice captain.
It goes to the bench. Yeah, that's
no
right.
to your vice captain. You pick a captain. It goes.
Well,
to
if he's
your
your
vice
captain, but if he's just a regular player, it's going to go to your bench of that.
Gary, who would you make your captain in Fantasy Premier League?
Nemo.
Palmer.
It has to be Salah against Man United. Like it has to be Salah.
I knew it for a face. Like I wasn't expecting that question.
You're asking me to like think now. I was trying not to think.
You've been doing good all night, so continue.
I'm going full Lawrence. I can't help it.
You're never gonna win if you go full Lawrence.
No, if you're gonna go captain, you have to go Salah. I mean,
Yeah,
he shouldn't come out of the
your
locker
squad.
room. That's how bad it should be. Like
Yeah,
they
he's
should go.
good.
He goes in the locker room and go take a shower. We'll see you. You know, just go home. You know, we'll see you next week. The way that Liverpool's been playing, it shouldn't even be. It won't be fun.
Can I give my prediction of the Spurs game? I think it's going to be 3-2 to Spurs.
Hey Tom, is there a bet you can place of like Salah won't even play the second half? Like
Not to
Salah
my
scores
knowledge.
4 and doesn't play the second half, like doesn't even play,
He's
or a
pretty
minutes
amazing.
bet.
I don't have him.
I'm
on
sure
my
there's
squad.
a
Those
minutes
bets
bet.
you have to do on the day because then they add shit. Like you're not going to find that sort of thing like 2 days before the match, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I picked these, I think, yesterday. Yeah, I'm trying to remember back yesterday. And even then, some of these you're lucky to even get like being able to do the parlay. I do put together, but is what it is.
Let's see, Aston Villa, guys. Aston Villa has been struggling lately for some reason, even though they've been banging in goals. So let's go Aston Villa at home against Leicester City.
2-1
Should Aston
Villa.
Villa just be able to take them down?
2-1 Villa.
Comfortable win.
Oh, nice.
Comfortable.
2-1 Villa. Me too, David.
I don't know who Aston Villa is. I can't figure them out. I look at the table. I look at the matches they played. They're
It's
up
that
and
one.
down.
It's
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
true.
I'll tell you, Aston
Right,
Villa,
yeah,
they're a
But
team that should be in the Premier League, yet happen to be in the Champions
If there's
League.
this is going to be I mean, how I'll describe it, it won't be a surprise, but this will be a surprise.
No one gets
It's
that,
Leicester taking an early lead and parking the bus, and Villa just, you can see that happening, right?
Yeah,
You can see them getting an early
Mark,
goal.
you got it. They've been under impressive
just-
this whole first
Yeah,
half. I agree.
Villa has been so drab,
Yep, I
to
agree.
put it in a
100%
word.
agree.
And then like Leicester, every once in a while they pull off a surprise. They had not a lot this season, but I think they'll pull off a surprise here and beat Villa. I mean, look, this Villa, they beat City, but then they turn around and lost to. But they turned around and lose to that was pretty awful.
Did I lose
Villa?
Bournemouth at one point?
Performance not terrible.
No, they lost to.
Basically, it sounds
Yeah,
like
they drew
Mark
with
is
Crystal
saying
Palace.
Villa are a team that are in the Champions League but don't have the squad to cope with the Champions League matches, followed by the Premier League matches.
That's a good point, though, Mr. Tom.
Yeah.
Though, with a lot of these teams, can you handle both? And that is, you have to have a deep bench and depth, and that usually shows you the real quality team. So, Mr. Tom, good shout.
I could be, thank you very much. I could be wrong here, but I get the feeling you will not find a lot of wins for Aston Villa on weeks where they've just come off the Champions League match. I could be entirely wrong, and it's the opposite, but I don't think it will be.
And Watkins has not been on form. Honestly, he's not been on form there. Is it Duran coming in there, pressing him? You think competition would do that?
No. He was bad before that.
Watkins has struggled lately.
Yeah. However, I am taking Villa 2-0 over Leicester. I think they slowly. It's not a completely dominant performance, but it's like a slow 1-0 the first half. They get another goal in the second half. Leicester just can't do fucking shit against them. They need to knowing Unai Emery, he needs to lock it down this week. The clean sheet is as important as the win this week because they've been leaking goals. So
I think Ollie Watkins has scored 2 goals in this game because Duran. He's got that suspension. I think Duran's got that suspension against Newcastle, didn't he? When he put his studs down the player's back against Newcastle. Yeah, so he's still doing a ban. So I think Ollie Watkins will most probably come in and score a couple of goals. I feel he's sort of under threatened by Duran. Because don't get me wrong, Duran's come in, he's played well, he's scored incredible goals as well. And I think Watkins is sort of like, he's panicking, he's worrying now because he's looking over his shoulder and Duran's right there, which is obviously, he's getting the first team, he's getting the nod to play in the first team.
Yeah.
And then Watkins is just, I don't know, what is Watkins now? Is he like an impact sub that he can most probably come off the bench and change a game if Villa was losing? I don't know. But
he's a player I wish Leeds had bought 4 years ago.
It's a sad state, and if that's the case, because he's supposed to be the premier guy. He's on the England club, starting sometimes, but he's off the bench there too. So I just think, I don't know if it's like you're hitting it on there, Ant.
I'd love him at Arsenal.
I agree.
Yeah,
but he's another person you got to feed him, like Holland. He's struggling right now, but nobody's feeding him into the middle.
He tracks back. He tracks back, and he's a hold up player as well. So, and he's big enough. Like I don't know. I feel like.
But you know, he's a free agent as of 3 days ago. You can all make offers to the camp and the ownership or the management of Junior Firpo if you want. We can't
afford him. I actually asked the Cronkies when I was in Phoenix last week. I was like, "Hey, can we get Firpo?" And they're like, "Off the fucking table. We can't afford that guy." Balanda or
He's a top attacking left
we can
midfielder.
barely afford his mustache cream.
well, his mustache is on 40 a week. What do you think the rest of him is on? Like,
And you know what they say?
No, nobody wants to know
no,
what they
we
say.
don't. We don't know what they say, Tom.
Nobody wants to know.
That's all right. I won't say it. It's all right. Out of respect for lesser men, I won't say it.
What? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Michael Douglas, who said that he got throat cancer because he was going down on women too much?
Well, no, because I talk bollocks, but I don't talk lies like Michael Douglas clearly was there. When what he should have said was he got throat cancer because he was just unlucky or whatever. Is he still alive?
No, the doctors came out and said he's absolutely correct. That going down on women too much is like
Also,
smoking
the
cigarettes.
doctor watched it happen.
Yeah, he watched it. I mean, they did
Doctor
studies.
said
Where well, Guillermo del Toro filmed it, so it was
Right.
a little weird. There was a lot of puppets and shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely makes sense.
Bloody
it
hell.
was good.
I'm not going down on a woman again. Stop that then.
You're like, listen, I just picked up smoking again. I can't double this up, like.
Oh no!
Oh
Well,
my
look,
god!
to be honest, the last I heard
Well,
about
this
Michael
took a
Douglas
weird
was
turn.
Michael Douglas was saying that his marriage to Catherine Zeta-Jones was like a hole in one.
Yeah, he was the one always in the hole. There he goes.
As Gary will always say, never give me the will.
Yeah, it's a terrible.
Good
yeah.
night, Jimmy. Good fucking dog farting. Jesus. I could sell him to Putin. Fucking hell. Yeah. Kirk Douglas, yeah. No, his dad didn't. His dad never went down on Mama Douglas.
Oh my God! What am I walking into here? I come back and all
We're
of a sudden
talking about
it's like-
teams going down. We're talking about teams getting relegated.
That didn't
you
sound
know?
like it, but I understand. To some extent.
All right, let's go to Bournemouth, Everton. Everybody, do we believe Everton stands a chance? Because they only play well. Pickford only plays well against big clubs. And Bournemouth and in April. Bournemouth has been racking up points left and right, and they're sitting pretty in the table right now.
Comfortable win.
I think Bournemouth win this 1-0.
Whoa, go Lolo. That's what I got. 1-0 Bournemouth, and I think because Everton are stingy on goals, and but they can't score either too sometimes. So it's always a low scoring game. So I went with the same thing. Good shout, Lolo. You must have been reading my notes. Must have been reading my notes. Read my notes.
I'm seeing more out of Pickford than just big games. So I don't think they keep the clean sheet, but I think this is a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, 1-1. I'll go 1-1 mark.
That's still low. I agree with close guy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1.
You're wrong. It's going to be 2-0 to Bournemouth, and then I'm going to brag about it on the group. No, I'm not. I'll never do that.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
I was going to go with Mr. Tom until he said he was going to brag about
and
it.
I did your Liverpool game 5-0. I said Liverpool to win 5-0. Salah to score. Was it an hat-trick or 4 goals? You said.
I said that trick, but
4 goals and Jota, and it returned
He
me.
said
It returned
at
me
least
64-1. I didn't. What betting app are you using?
Did you have Jota to score as well?
Jota to score as well, yeah.
Jota.
Well, let's just say I'm using one that's in Ireland.
That things at all. Then that's good odds than what I can get.
To be honest, they might have changed the odds because that game might not even be played because there's supposed to be a fucking snowstorm that could keep people from getting to the ground. So there's a chance there's a chance that Liverpool Man United won't be played
Mm.
because of the time. It's late on Sunday,
Yeah.
and the snowstorm is up in that area.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the pitch will be fine. People can Sean Dyche will go out there in a t-shirt and shovel it, even though his team's not playing. But
That's a big act of part. Like that's to convey his brand. I still think that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen. Is him standing out there and his fucking blazer off.
yeah, but you know what, Tom? When he looks back on his career and people do like montages of him, that shot
They're gonna show that
100% be in
sure.
there.
It will end the montage. It will literally be the final shot of the montage. Well, that all the time he's talking about eating worms.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the one time he called Patrick Bamford a something, and Patrick Bamford had to leave because Sean Dyche made me feel bad.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
let's
a true
keep going
story.
because we're yes, it is a true story. I know what I'm talking about, Tom. I'm fucking smart. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me.
I like how he says that like I said he wasn't smart. I literally said what you said was true.
Tom, we're down to like 10 minutes in the show, so that's where I'm at beer wise. Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Let's everybody call for a Crystal Palace win, please.
That's a big
3-1
negative.
Chelsea.
0-3 Chelsea.
I think it's going to be 1-1 because Palace, all the points Palace get will tend to be in the home games. But Chelsea are obviously competent, despite the fact they've basically shit the bed
Too much
across
analysis
Christmas.
there, Mr. Tom.
Chelsea is in really poor form right now. There's something happening. Not really sure what it is, and they just recently lost Fofana. I think Crystal Palace sneaks the points here.
What?
I'm going 2-1.
There's crack
Crystal
up in the house.
Crystal Palace at home, man. They're good at home.
Chaos. I
Controversial.
like it, Mark. Good
I'm
job.
going to mark that game. And Mark, right? I'm going to mark it from Mark.
Yeah,
I like
Gary's
Gary's reaction when Mark basically gives a result, which is basically one that Gary wants. He's like, yeah, good job,
Good man.
Mark, good
Mark's
job.
good.
Hey, you know what
Great
that's
man.
called, Mr. Thomas? Like the puppet master.
I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea on this one.
Okay, that's a fair shout.
I'm more realistic.
I'm right there with Mark. Mark, I'm right there with you.
Oh,
exactly what you said. The only thing I'll add is that you said Chelsea were in such poor form right now.
They are.
Palace
Haven't
are
they
on the
lost,
opposite. Palace are on the opposite. Palace are starting to figure some shit out, and not every result is going their way, but they're starting to figure some shit out, and I think it'll be 1-0 for the longest time with Chelsea. They'll score early, and then Palace will score, and then they'll immediately score again, and it'll be 2-1 Palace. Put that in your nugget bucket.
There you go.
Put that in
Good
your
man.
notes.
Another good man on this show.
Palace have
It's only
to
like
do
Let
two
me put
people on
that.
this show
I'm going to
that are
put
worth
Asterisk
anything.
and Lolo too on that one.
Have you
Give them
noticed that
smack
Crystal
next
Palace
year.
has started scoring more goals since they stopped playing in Nketiah?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's true. I'm glad we saw him, actually.
Yeah. All right, Man City, West Ham.
7-1 Man City.
Nah.
You're probably right too. Just for being a dick, you're probably gonna end up being right because that's the way this fucking world works.
I thought he was my friend. That was wrong. I'm going for a 1-1 draw because we're still struggling.
That's
Still
the Lawrence.
struggling.
There you go.
So 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. I mean, to be fair, that's a fair shout because I mean, Man City. How many games they won out of the last 10, 11 games?
Not many.
There you go.
Over the last
Really
6, they've both got 8 points. They're literally level with each other in the form table.
So you might have been better than them on Saturday, Lawrence.
Yep. I'm never try to be over overdrawn. Yeah, so I think 1-1's a fair shout.
For me, if West Ham can give up 5 to Liverpool, I think Erling Haaland at home is going to score 3 of them.
4.
He scored all. He's
I'm
scored
going with
fantasy team.
not only a City win but a clean sheet and Erling Haaland to score a hat trick. And you can book it.
John needs your
Have
help
you
here
seen
to
the
get this guy
graphic
timeout.
of? Have you seen his form since he said "stay humble"?
Thank you, Mr. Tom.
Terrible, but you know, there's
I think he has 2 goals in 12 or something like that.
Yes, it's very true.
He's got.
But
To be fair, he's got
That
1
goal last
after
week
the
is going to
graphic was
change
invented,
his
so it's
season.
like 3 and 30.
see, that goal last week was pretty fucking amazing.
All right, Mark, you're
I
my
think
list
that wakes. I think that wakes the sleeping giant.
Oh Jesus
I think
Christ!
4-1. I think 4-1.
Okay.
And but see, with that one, David, who's going to score? Who's scoring for?
It's just going to be one of those shitty goals that goes.
Suchek on a corner.
No, I'm telling you right now, we have some. If they start Somerville on the left, put Kudus on the right, I would like to see that, and then in the middle. That's a question. What I would like to see in my perfect world is I would put right up front there is you have Somerville on the left, then you would put Kudus on the right, and then what I would do in the middle, that's our struggles. I'd probably put Solaire in the middle to pass it around. So
Solaire, wow.
Is that
our 10?
Solaire, is his first name?
I forgot you had him.
Yeah,
see,
Solaire,
I would maybe put Solaire on the wing. So that you have someone that's going to ping passes in there because Somerville, what I've seen, he doesn't pass. And
you have Somerville in the middle.
And
no,
what's his
Somerville
name?
not in the middle.
Somerville,
no, I'm just saying, but he doesn't pass. He drives and shoots. That's what.
Yeah, he's Martinelli of the championship.
Same thing with Kudos. You know,
Kudos.
You know, he also
listen.
He's
I'm a lot more
press and shoot.
I'm a lot more optimistic here with West Ham. I feel like West Ham are they've been, somebody put baby in the corner, and you don't put baby in the corner, right? They don't have Mikel Antonio because he drove into a tree, and they don't have fucking Bowen because he's hurt or whatever. But that means the right side is open up for Kudus to go and play on his proper right side. And now you have you can start Somerville on the left side where he wants to be. Up front, they don't have to play anybody. They're going to play a goalkeeper or somebody. I don't know. But I'm thinking West Ham come out and play this game to the top of their ability. And you know what? End of the day, 3-0 City.
I knew he was going to say that. I was waiting for that. He was like doing that shit and talking smack. I knew it.
Lawrence,
see, I'm giving you a goal, Lawrence.
My prediction.
Yeah.
What's that?
Am I the only one to give West Ham a goal?
No. No goal for West Ham.
I'm going to give West Ham a goal. In fact, I'm going to give them a lot of goals. I think this has got 7-7 written all over it because they're both shocking.
I'll tell you right now, City will win every single game for the rest of the year.
It's taking everything I have
game for the rest of the year and win the Premier League.
That's just nonsense.
I knew Gary was going to say some shit. I ain't talked in fucking 5 months, and all of a sudden now he's going to say something.
7-7. I've been talking. I've been here. But I'm here. I'm talking.
Okay.
All right, Southampton, Brentford.
Brentford is going to take that ass kicking that Arsenal gave them and take it out on Southampton.
Yeah.
No 3 Brentford.
3-0. 3-0.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah,
no 3 if we're being proper.
Yep,
I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-0.
Christ. Tractor man.
No, honestly, I'm going to go 1-0. I feel that they're due a win or a draw, but I reckon this is a game that can.
Oh, I'm marking this one for Sunday, there, buddy. Would you say 1-1?
I agree with Anthony wholeheartedly, but I think their result that they're due is not going to come against Brentford because I think Brentford are going to. Visa's going to get a goal or something like that, and they're going to get out of there 2-1 because Southampton absolutely suck. Yet they managed to beat Leeds 3 times. So I'm biased.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Fuck them.
Southampton is
fuck
done.
yourself,
That's
Southampton.
the one that's
Take
done.
your
not
5
good.
points. Go fuck yourself.
They're
Sorry, what?
gone.
Wow.
If you look at the last 6 games, Brentford haven't been all that. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 4.
Away from home, they are not good. They are not good away from
I
home.
fancy a little upset there. I fancy Southampton to get a win.
What?
They can only win
Yeah.
Lego Stadium.
Dave,
I'm
you're
gonna push it
predicting
out there.
Oh, I'm writing you down too, buddy. Because that's I cannot believe Southampton. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I just have a feeling
Okay.
there's going to be a lot of sunshine on the south coast, I feel, this weekend. Sunshine down in Bournemouth, sunshine in Southampton. And what's the next game?
David, I'm right there with you. I'm saying 2-1 Southampton. I think Brentford come in like a little bit angry and they score their goal straight away. And then they're like, we got this. It's fucking Southampton. And they fall asleep for the second half of the game. Another second half with 2 goals given up. And they drop another 1-0 lead.
As a West Ham fan, I love that because we're going to beat Man City. They lose, we jump up the table. That's a great move.
Yeah.
All right. Brighton Arsenal. What are we thinking?
More sunshine on the south coast.
There's going to be 3 bats of sunshine on the south coast tomorrow.
It's going to be sunny. It's going to be roasting hot on the south coast.
Is that Mr. Tom or an Arsenal top there?
Yep.
Oh,
That was
shit.
Oh no!
All right, I'll let you know. I'm
Most
going
like you,
2.
Mr.
I'm
Herbert.
going 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. We wish we could keep a clean sheet, but we're not going to
Okay.
do it. We got Jurriën Timber out. We're gonna probably put Calafiori on the other side and bring in Lewis Skelly on the left. It'll be all right, but we're gonna give up a goal. But Arsenal will be able to, in the end, 3 points for the Arsenal.
Can I shock you with my pick for Brighton?
Nope. Shut up.
I've got a feeling that it's going to be a great afternoon for one of those teams.
Good.
And that
Moving
team
on,
will
Fulham.
not be named Arsenal.
God damn it.
In all seriousness, I've got to say 3-1 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, I got 2-1 Arsenal. I think Lolo's stealing my picks. But, yeah.
How am I stealing your picks, Lawrence? I'm right there on. I'm over your shoulder.
John, can you please do your thing again and show me the Arsenal so they sure that I had that predicted?
I'm just going to go with 3. I think there's some goals to be had here. Arsenal 3, Brighton 2. I tell you.
Did you notice John just fucking rejected Lawrence? It was like, I'm not going to make you full screen. I'm going to kick your ass out.
I accidentally did that. I didn't mean to do that, Lawrence.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
and I think
right.
Arsenal's
Yeah,
winning goal
right.
is scored in like the 90+ minute.
No,
Kind of a
I don't
classic-
want. I don't want any. No,
Kind of
I
a
want.
classic Arsenal win.
No, I bet you want that.
Where it's like,
Comfortable.
ah!
Yeah. Arsenal 3-0 for me. There you go, Lawrence.
Oh,
put
here you go.
up your whatever that is. What is that?
You put on there?
What are we looking at?
What are those
We're
numbers on the
looking
right?
at Arsenal 2-1. I know it's probably it might be backwards there. 2-1, and these are. I also do in another league. We do how many penalties, how many cards, shots on goals, and corners. So I have this for another league.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah, we
nice.
do a prediction. Yeah, but thank you. But Lolo, that's where you stole my notes. So thank you. You're welcome.
All right. All right,
you-
Fulham
you
Ipswich.
do your
What are we
picks?
thinking? Does Ipswich? Did everybody do Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
I'm
have,
definitely
yeah.
going for an Arsenal win in all seriousness.
Looks like everybody is saying Brighton is going to score, but Welbeck isn't
Yeah, I
playing.
do
So
too.
I
who's
said
gonna score?
3-0, so I didn't say that. So not everybody.
Well, Lamptey scored
Well,
last
Gary,
time,
we told
so-
you earlier you don't count.
Oh,
Sorry about that, Gary. Let's see. What are we doing? Brighton Arsenal.
no,
No,
Fulham,
we already
Fulham,
did.
Ipswich. Now.
Flip switch.
2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham.
Yep. Damn. Tractor Man. I got.
I
the
think
same
Ipswich
thing.
is going to coming in on a high, man. It's not going to be like that. I'm going Desmond. High scoring, go both ways.
Okay. I got 2-1 Fulham.
I'll go Fulham. Fulham
8-0 to
2-0.
Fulham. 8-0 to Fulham.
I have no idea.
You're always saying Ipswich is going to win.
Wait, didn't
That's true, I do. Ipswich are going to run the table, actually, now you say that, Lolo. They're
Yeah,
actually going to win
Scotland.
every remaining game.
Yes,
How
got
many
him.
points would that put them on if they actually won their
I like that.
remaining game? Can't be bothered to do the maths of it. But in all seriousness, it's going to be 8-0 to Ipswich.
Rosie got 2-0. Fulham.
You should have put that in your bets, Tom. You should have done that on your bet. You should have actually, when I wanted you to see a bet, you should have done it in your Paul Bearer impression. Well, this bet.
Exactly.
Ipswich riding high on beating Chelsea, but they're not at home. So Fulham is a pretty solid squad, and they've got a lot of contributors. I'll go 3-1 Fulham. I think Delop gets one. You know, and it's probably
I like
early.
him a lot. I like it.
You
I
know.
want him at West Ham. I
He's
rate
a
him
good,
a lot.
good.
A lot.
He
I
won't
like
be there
him.
next year, will he?
No, he
No,
won't.
he won't.
Somebody's
No,
gonna
he
pick
won't.
him up quick, David.
He's good. Yeah, I got 2-1 Fulham on that one. All right, Liverpool, Man United. Tom, we are all wondering what you think this will be because we have no idea.
I thought about it for a while, and I did have to consult many betting guides and people's opinions. I went through Football Zeitgeist on Twitter, and I got loads of people's opinions, and I've come to the decision that I think Liverpool are going to score 5 goals, and Man United are going to get fuck all.
I got 3-1, and for Ann, I gave 1 point for Fuzzy because besides that, I thought they were going to be goosed.
In football guides, there are winners and there are losers, and currently it's quite obvious who the winners and losers are going to be in that particular football match.
Somebody talking smack. Who was that? Bring that back.
I'm going with the Desmond.
Oh my god!
No.
Just watch. Just wait. I'll send you guys in the group chat. I'll
Here
send
comes
you
Zebras again.
my list, and you can parlay it for 1 penny. And when you pull back your like $38 that you won off of that 1 penny, you'll be like, "All right, Lolo knew what he was talking about."
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to see
Desmond,
what
it's not done yet. You don't know who Wolves Forest is going to be yet. You don't know my bet.
Oh no, Wolves are going to win that. I've picked Wolves to win that
but
in the
my
upset pick
parlay right now is
I don't
Spurs
care about your
Newcastle.
parlay.
Well,
What's your
that's what-
parlay?
I'll tell you at the end. Here we go. Wolves Forest. What do we think here? No Cunha.
I don't think it matters without. I don't think that's a position that they can live without. You know, but I mean, obviously, Nottingham Forest has been playing out of their heads. Wolves have a nice little. Wolves have a Cunha, Mateus Cunha. He's suspended.
Oh my god! Will Ray allow me to change my pick, Gary? I don't know the rules of the upset pick challenge.
So, you know, despite the Nottingham Forest playing well, being like what 3rd or 4th in the table, I don't even know.
3rd.
But I will say this is that I think the manager bounce continues. The last time these two played was 1-1. It was a 1-1 draw, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a 1-1
Gary
draw.
awake?
Gary doesn't like to look into his camera. He's kind of like he's kind of like camera autistic. His head's always down.
Can Gary like hold a newspaper up so we can check that he's actually currently alive?
I actually would like to have him get like a little cardboard cut out of a fence and just hold it right there.
Wilson.
Exactly.
Exactly, John.
Man United 2-2 is actually 14-1 right now. So that would
What
be
is it?
quite
Do it.
good to pay out.
Good payout.
I got 1-3 Forest on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Forest
with the
is
Forest
a
win.
team to
I'm afraid.
Forest is a team to
But-
reckon with. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
JJ.
I got to go Forest as well. I went 2-0 in my predictions. So
I think Wolves will win. I think Wolves will score. So
Yeah.
2-1 or 3-1. Not sure which.
Yeah.
I think they're losers.
Deborah has He-Chan to score too, and I'll tell you, Deborah, if that's the case, will you just yell, "That's number Huang" every time he scores?
That's number one.
That's mine.
Number
I came
Huang.
up with that.
No way.
And
Oh,
you
that's
just
funny.
yell out, "That's number Huang." And you say, if you
Number
want to say it in
one's
that
my
voice,
favourite
where it's
joke.
like,
That's
That's
my
right.
Wang.
"That's
my
number Wang."
My
Use that
favourite
as-
bit of that show, Mark, is when they actually do the segment where they basically then advertise the number one board game.
The board game.
The board game is
And he
pretty
looks
awesome.
it up in the thing and he goes, "That's number one."
Isn't that the
The
rule
kids,
book
the
like
kids are
this
eating,
thick?
the hostess bursts into
Yeah,
the
it's
house.
like
Goes,
it's like
it's time to play
tome.
number one.
tome.
Yes,
It's a
oh,
tome.
best.
the
Okay,
Wang.
my bet, just to let you guys know, Wolves Nottingham Forest 0-0.
Interesting.
0-0.
What?
0-0. Just watch. I'm telling you, place my parlay. You're gonna make some money. All right.
All right, well, you
Should
post
write
that on the
down
happy hour.
So I can joke when you if you're wrong.
Well, no, 0-0. Watch, because Wolves are gonna play the best game they've played in forever. But Nottingham Forest are a very good side, and they will both be defensive. And it's gonna be 0-0. Just watch.
Okay.
Which means there will be a goal in the first minute.
That's it. That's it. Yeah,
So
definitely
you
the
should
first
play
5.
0-0
I'm going to put a
or
bet on for the
first
first
goal
5.
in 5 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
first 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
to Lawrence, it's a shame West Ham's not playing on Monday nights because they've been putting out results on Monday nights, haven't they, Lawrence? West Ham.
That is our lucky time, but tomorrow morning is going to be our time to whoop some Man City ass. But you are correct there.
What?
Ant.
What?
Sorry, what?
Get this old man to sleep, people.
Get lost.
He's
drug
tired.
tested.
I think he's
Well,
delirious. Isn't it
well,
well
I
past
said-
your bed? You're supposed to be in bed at
He's-
6.
Lawrence,
Come on,
waiting
old
for-
man. It's
I'm
time to go to
waiting
bed
for
now.
I'm waiting
He's
for my
sucking
drug
off,
tester.
man.
Hey, Gary, I'm waiting
Sucking
for
off,
my
man.
nurse
He's
to come
whooping
in.
asses.
I'm waiting for my nurse to come and give me my
I
bath.
bet you are. It's bath time, right?
Did you have a
Sponge
shandy
bath.
or something before the show?
I'm sorry, say it again, Tom, in English.
Did you have a shandy or something before the show?
What is a Sandy? I don't know what that is.
It's a warning to
Shandy.
kids. Just say no.
Shandy, not a Sandy. A shandy.
I don't know what either of them are.
Beer plus lemonade.
No, I had beer prior to this, yes, but
Cl-
Yeah, no,
Clearly.
you need to. No more for you, old man.
no.
Sunday.
No more. You're cut off.
Well, guys, this has been a great fun show. I've had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a lot of fun for us. We put the link in the comments section down here, this StreamYard link. If you want to join us backstage for a quick few, come on back, show us your face, talk to us, talk some smack, and we'll be backstage for a little bit talking some shit. Otherwise, it was fantastic talking to you all. Thank you, everybody, for being in the comments section. Thank you, Mark, David, Mr. Tom, Anthony, Gary, Lawrence, everybody who has been on the show today. This has been awesome. Director John, of course, the best. So just remember, if you want to join us backstage, join up quick. Come on, click the link because we only have room for a certain amount of people. And right now there's like 80 million of us on here. So anyway, guys. Oh, yeah.
Gary,
Sorry, I forgot.
tomorrow.
Gary, Tom, where are you guys going to be next?
We're gonna be on the road trip. Check us out. Match day. Talking about all the football that's going on, and then then I'll see you
Leeds
guys
are live
on
as well.
the what?
Leeds will be on the road trip.
Leeds will be on the road trip. Perfect. We'll do a watch
You'll be
along for
watching
Leeds.
I'll be watching you watch Leeds.
All right, there you go, people. So you can catch my commentary. Yeah, as Leeds tries to maintain their lead atop the table, or maybe even extend it if things happen in their favor later, around them. So there you go.
Beautiful. It'd be beautiful. I'd love that, Gary.
There you go.
Pardon my language. I fucking love that, Gary. Also, on Sunday, no matter what happens, well, let's be fair, I need goals tomorrow because I need something to fucking talk about on Sunday night at 9. I was talking about that. I was sitting there during that Leeds Blackburn game. Sorry, because Gary actually spent the Leeds time lecturing me about my own football team. So my opinion on it is quite simply that it was like watching a pot boil, where basically I'm watching the thing because I didn't have it on TV. Obviously, I was working, and it was like 0-0 time. And then I went off to kick someone out of my shop, and I came back, and it was fucking 1-1. I was like, "What the fuck happened?" it was like waiting for a bus. It was like nothing come along, and then 2 motherfucking goals came along at once. But genuinely true. Other than that, I can't buy. I'll find something to stick up on the screen.
Yeah. I only thought that happened in the UK with 2 buses turn up at once, but obviously not.
It's the way it goes.
It gets controversial if you then go, women are like buses.
Oh, well.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't get it.
Come along and then.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, we got the point, Mr. Tom. Thank you for the.
Oh,
well, no, it gets even worse if you then follow up by going, no, those women are like buses.
Anyway, Anthony, you got a show coming up as well?
I love women.
Yeah,
some of them.
We've got a show coming up on Sunday. Obviously, it's called the Sunday Night Takeaway. That's with Tony with Early Doors. And then I'm going to be on his show on Wednesday as well. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, it's called. Lawrence, he's always in the chat. He's always watching the show. And he enjoys me ripping the piss out of a West Ham fan and a Man United fan. So,
yeah, but and they have, it's a great show that they have on Sundays and Wednesdays, and it's a great thing. He's an Arsenal fan. He's got Fuzzy, who's a Man U fan, and then Tony, who's a West Ham fan. So great banter, all fun, kind of like this different teams come together. So all respect, it's a good channel.
Yeah.
All right. Check it out. Now that you're in the chat with us, send us all your graphics and your logos and shit, and we'll put them on here so we can pop them up.
And Lawrence, you've actually gone above me on the fantasy football. I can't believe it.
Yes, I'm moving quick there, buddy. You see that?
You are. Yeah, you're 4 points above me by 3 places, and I've given you so much shit this season. Saying keep looking up, and now I'm looking up.
Theory, Scooby, it's fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking cracked the fucking code of being out on the ball.
All right. Thank you all so much. Much love. We'll see you next week. I hope not all your teams lose. I hope I hope all your teams win. You guys who are here tonight. Good night, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us.
These guys.